sitting here, and there's right across from me was Sarah and what's her face?
Grace.
No,
Brittany.
Tana. And they hadn't said anything, and I was like, but we're new.
Yep.
I was like, are you new or are you new and smart?
Turns out they were just new.
They were just new, but also lucky.
I'm lost.
I am
That's
very
okay.
picky.
I don't
I was playing
understand either.
one night.
Oh, I thought you were talking about frisbee.
No.
Frisbee and then D&D. I did.
They were just sitting there. It would be amazing to do a one-night campaign.
Oh yeah. I
Actually,
think it's pretty much just called Curse of Strahd.
I think it would be hilarious to do a.
Are you a werewolf now? I don't know.
Well, the seer switched us. I'm a ranger now. My charisma is through the roof, but that's it.
I played Frisbee at Parkway Central
Yeah.
on Sunday. Yeah. My first play on the disc was a layout in the end zone. Did not get the disc. I did get turf burn up my calf, up my thigh, up my back, and up the top of my back.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah.
Was it like a backwards layout?
I have no idea how. Yeah, I would
It's
demonstrate.
like
for
a
you.
bullet jump, right?
It doesn't make any sense, but it's like all down my side.
I'm so sorry.
And this one,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
the one up here is so much
Nice.
worse.
that's like
Nice.
polished.
Yeah,
That's nice. You should be
and it
very
made
proud.
trying to sleep last night absolutely miserable.
Chris, I'm going to ask that you keep it PG.
I showed John the other one, but it's not really appropriate to show anyone else.
Especially not on stream.
Right.
My eyes, they still burn. Um,
Not going to do that.
hmm. So,
It's a weird place. I'm glad Josh isn't here because he'd have all sorts of inappropriate things to say, I'm sure.
well, guys,
John's just suddenly getting messages from Josh watching. Here's what I would say if I was there.
apparently Josh doesn't watch the YouTube stream. He only checks on the other one. So, his loss. But regardless, we are now the point of 5 minutes after. So, I actually would like that to be canceled. That way I can actually see time and something other than my computer because I never look at the time down there. But y'all had just slain the dragon.
We did.
Slain it dead.
Slain it dead.
It's on
An
my
amazing
computer.
shot by
Done.
done.
On.
Yeah.
Beyond.
Y'all were ending on some. I think Chris is correct in that it was a short rest that some were ending on. Others wanted to take advantage of the time to start preparing said dragon for how y'all wanted to get it back. Y'all still do have
I'm glad we had so much time to discuss
Yep.
it.
We took
Good
great
job,
advantage
guys.
of that time.
mhm,
We are completely prepared.
repaired.
Prepared.
Y'all still have Docs down with you, and
We'll make him carry it.
fresh in Melissa's mind, there should still be what's his name up top?
You are flying.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
the other global.
the other
Oh,
cobalt,
yeah.
the flying cobalt, which
Sigmund.
Wow.
Sigmund.
Freud? Sigmund Freud?
I don't think that's even his
That's
name.
not his name.
Oh, his name is not Sigmund Freud.
Was it Gax?
I thought it did start with an S. But no, I thought Doc started with an S. That's
Onik
the
was
one I
the
thought.
dragon.
Sod.
I thought it was Stonks.
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 God.
Well,
I
that's
want that to
great.
come back.
That's wonderful. So I have Gilo, Docs, Oineg, and
We kill Gilo.
yep.
No, he's sleeping, remember?
Yeah, he's very sweet.
That's unfortunate. Why do I not have his name? Just like right there. 'Cause I do
I'm
these
sure none of
things.
us wrote it down, so.
I certainly did not.
I don't think I wrote down anything from last session,
I did not.
I wrote down Long rest to start discussing whether to find the dragon in its lair or wherever else. Learned about kobold families. Learned about cold religion. Dox has secured a talk. Agreed to meet dragon. Dragon is dead. One thing led to another.
We got a lot of details where we didn't need them.
Excuse me.
And in April of 1940, Hitler invaded.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was.
We're gonna do an easy
Hitler?
cheat real quick.
Adolf.
It's true.
Oh, the man who ran Germany at the time of World War II.
Regardless, you know that he is above.
this. Something important
And
happened.
that Russians do wanted to murder most of his people.
What else happened last week that was important to write down?
I'm just saying, like, agreed to meet the dragon. Dragon is dead. Like, there was stuff that happened in between there. Like, we went to the rest of the kobolds.
Agreed to meet the dragon. We're Dox is secure talk. Okay, have us invisible. Have us or not. We go in there.
Yeah, that part.
The dragon agrees.
Specifically, the part where it mentions his name. You didn't actually take bad notes. I'm just.
We don't have a Marisha in the party, though.
There's no such thing as bad notes. There's just less useful notes than others.
And how
I disagree.
how is that different?
Brick's notes are bad.
His map's pretty good, though.
Yeah, that's a really good.
He's an excellent cartographer.
The effects were decent.
Cylinder straight up. You cannot. He is up on top of the perch there. Everyone.
Is that Dart?
On this now
On
on
the
the
stream.
Everyone from the ground. They would. Okay. That would be Aldrich. Anything you'd like to do?
I don't hear Cat.
There was like one.
I thought I heard it too. It might have been him in real life.
Yeah, it might have been in real life.
Cat IRL.
It's almost like he lives here. Regardless, I cannot think of his name, and I apparently am bad at taking notes as well. So,
Skaga.
Skaga.
I think you said his name again when Melissa got up by the dragon.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at.
Oh.
I didn't think you did.
You did.
I did.
Would be Aldrich. Let's see.
Yeah, someone was like, "Oh, it's such
Did
and such."
did Flando put in timestamps?
Piece of rock jutting out.
On YouTube, the dude who puts timestamps in, I think it's on
Supposed to be in there. Just saying screw
Okay, so while I'm trying to figure this out, y'all can.
Talk about how we're gonna get these right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I can carry 1,000 pounds.
And we said it's 2,500.
2,500.
I could
How can
Do-
you carry that much?
Sensors, what is this?
sensors for just. It's a
Practical doesn't know. I absolutely know what it is.
How long does it last?
Noted.
only an hour. And it takes 10 minutes to cast
So we have 15 minutes of movement time for 1,000 pounds.
for 500. Unfortunately, but I can cast it twice or 3 times. I could cast it 6 times, but by then, like as
Well-
I'm casting a new one, the old one would be disappearing. So
And if we take a short, all it takes is a short rest, and you're back up to full.
it's not a spell slot. It's a spell slot. It's a ritual.
But you can cast it as a spell slot, correct?
I cannot.
Why are you like this? Get a freaking hexblade like the rest of us.
Slightly offended.
Back to the tone.
Bear in mind, when I made this character, we didn't have another ritual spellcaster. We didn't have another
We
spellcaster.
didn't have a spellcaster.
I was
period.
literally the only spellcaster, so it was like, well,
You had joined up like a week.
By the-
before you
by the
did.
time I joined in, but when I made the character,
I'm thinking any tiny.
Guys, that's my
Dig it, I saved that.
You say effects?
The day.
Okay, sorry. So you have tensor floating disk. We can do 1,000 pounds that way.
You can carry probably like 500, right?
Well, we can put. I think 500. I mean, okay. Who
There is-
wants the thing in whole? Who wants what?
We need all the pieces.
Is it that we need all the pieces or we need the dragon whole?
We need all the pieces, but it does not have to be in one piece.
It's 1,000 extra gold if it's in one piece.
It's not 1,000 gold if it's in one piece. It's 1,000 extra gold if we have all of the pieces.
I think it's if it's in one piece.
I asked the DM outside.
Legitimately, this is why I sent it. I sent in there is a misconception that it has to be in one piece in the text message. Thank you for reading it, Paul.
It was really just a test to find out who's not paying attention.
Yeah,
Um, Okay, so, I believe 500 pounds could go in the bag of holding.
Do we have stats on the bag of holding?
I looked them up with my party. I can go get one.
I think that was the most planning we did was at the party. So I looked up 17 strength can carry 260 pounds. 18 strength can carry 300.
What about 8 strength?
54 to 80 pounds.
I can
54 pounds.
I can carry my gear.
That's a heavy load. 54 to 80.
Yeah, fortunately I don't have any gear on my person.
A 3 is a 21 to 30.
I own practically.
I know that one.
I've invested literally all my money in making other ritual spells in my book.
500 pounds.
So
That's
there's
how much
some,
the bag holding can carry.
And that's dramatic, so we would have to take everything out.
Do we have anything
What-
heavy in
Which
there?
We have
don't
nothing
we have
heavy in there.
Nothing in there, basically.
What? Okay, other than the Eye of Doom, what else important do we have in there?
We can toss that and Doom out.
Okay.
Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. So
we
the
should
bag
get
of
the
holding
box.
currently contains.
That's such a terrible idea. We should do
You know how cats are angry creatures because of the perfect killing machine, but they're so tiny. Imagine giving dogs the murder ball. All that pent up fury and rage, and no ability to act.
Do we get to aim them at the other hunters?
It'd be entertaining.
Do
He'd
you know
probably
how I
die.
feel with rage?
And then they
Absolutely done.
If, as long as he killed one, though, he would get stronger and stronger. And then he could carry the dragon force once he's killed all 20 of them.
Or he might just go kill all of the other kobolds.
Go down to his weird religion hole. Kill the
We-
god.
That's,
What if-
that's a terrifying
If we
idea.
gave the murder ball
Interesting.
to the kobold god.
Right, we could make a duo god.
Godception.
Currently in the bag of holding, we have the marble of ball, the letter from the king given to Aldrich. Never mind, that's not it.
Ooh, gotta take that
Okay.
letter out so it's more
Yeah.
right.
All right, look at all that space.
We have the beast about the horse killing, the paper about the horse killing beast.
Which is.
That
Can
was
we
the
throw that away?
That was the griffin.
That was the griffin.
We can throw that away.
Don't want to
leave it
keep it
here.
for nostalgia purposes.
Sure.
We have, speaking of which, we have a griffin head.
I'm sorry, what?
We have a griffin head.
Or weren't we saving that for the hunt?
Yeah.
We could probably get rid of that. And the hag and Oni.
I mean, we can
We'll
also
get there.
turn them in for more money.
We could have left them in the city.
To
Where?
what?
Where would
Yeah.
we have left them? We don't
They
know
have
anyone
gentle-
in the
They have
city.
gentle repose cast on them. They're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a letter to L with
Not
the
to
white
mention
dragon
the pros of
seal.
all of the different bodies and stuff like that.
We also have a white dragon seal.
Wait, we have what?
We have the seal of the white dragon.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
We have that.
Hmm.
We have 2 troll heads. They are in quotes, but I'm guessing they're actually troll heads.
They are-
I
They
think
are-
that,
they are
I think
trolls.
that
Yeah,
was
y'all
when
figured it
I
out.
thought they were trolls, but we hadn't been told they were trolls. So I wrote anyway. 1 troll hand, a leather-bound undercommon book, 1 only head, 1 eye from hag, not to be confused with eye of hag.
I from shaken monster.
Exactly.
We have the hag's head too.
Nope, we had 1 eye.
I thought we saved something from the hag.
The eye.
and not even her eye, an eye that she
okay.
had on her.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought he cast.
Oh
Silver
no,
Repose
I
on
thought we
No.
took like one of her eyes, but it wasn't like the item eye of a hag.
No, he's right. It was a spell component that she had on her person.
Yeah.
And checked her pockets.
Okay.
And we just incinerated her.
I thought we did take her head though.
We did not apparently put it in the bag of holding.
I'm pretty sure we took everyone's head.
No, it's hooked to my backpack.
I'm kidding.
It's like Medusa's. It just
Oh,
turns
that's just
every-
been hanging on my belt.
No joke. That is a system in the Witcher games where you've got like a big meat hook hanging from your belt that you'll put like monster heads as trophies on.
Probably gets kind of full.
Are you so excited for it? Anyway, stay
I
on
am
target.
so
Mhm.
pumped.
Yeah.
Stay on
Yeah,
target.
stay on target.
Super
Stay on
excited.
target. We're too close.
So, do we want to enter empty it out?
I feel like
I
most
mean,
of that stuff won't really take up that much room.
I mean, yeah, all things considered.
I think
That's like what? Fine. Even if that was 50 pounds, we still got.
If you put more stuff in the bag, does it get heavier?
No,
Like
it
holding
always
back?
weighs
No.
15 pounds.
Neat.
If
'Cause
you
it's like a
if you
different
overfill it though, doesn't it all just pull out? Or does it rip the bag? I think it rips the bag.
I don't think you can overfill.
Just prevents you from adding more, maybe.
So,
So-
never mind. If the bag is overloaded, pierced or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed when its contents are scattered in the astral plane.
Oh.
Hmm.
Maybe.
How
we
much
should-
is that worth to you guys? I mean, that's
About
if y'all have a way to
$1,000
get back and forth to the astral plane,
Not
just stuff it all in
I
there.
really want to lose the white dragon seal or the leather too well. I feel like we should pull out.
I don't really want to
Probably
lose $1,000 though. So we like we get as much as we can in there without breaking things.
So roughly 500 pounds in the bag holding.
I mean, we
Total.
can do it.
Roughly 1,000 pounds.
So hang on, here's the thing.
Um,
With your 1,000 pounds with the pencils floating this, how long can you keep that up?
For an hour.
An hour.
So every hour I'll have to stop and recast. Both of them, 10 minutes each. So it's an hour, well, roughly 50 minutes of travel time, 20 minutes of downtime.
You're completely otherwise useless during that time.
During the 10 minutes, correct.
Oh, but it's not concentration though?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we could also potentially fight.
no good.
With the tensors floating discs.
If we had.
I can cast Minor Illusion, Pass Without a Trace, Silence, and Darkness.
I got passed without a trace, 100 mark cure wounds, and hail of thorns, baby.
Here is another option. We could attempt to could take what we can freely take now. Go to who was planning to pay for whole dragon and say if we can deliver rest of dragon, will you still pay us?
The problem we run into is the other hunters that are still making their way
Right,
towards.
we hide it.
What if we were to hire them to take some of
Yeah, I don't trust them.
Also, like,
like
where do you hide giant dragon sculpts?
I mean there will only be like half of it left,
Yeah.
hopefully. We could
Leave the other half for them so they don't try and kill us all.
just on a roll of the dice, so to speak. Search the dragon's hoard and see if there's anything useful.
Oh, we should definitely do that.
That's
We're
like, yeah.
definitely gonna do that.
So,
We're not just gonna like leave a dragon or a dragon around.
So potentially
Right,
it
but
might be
maybe we
worth
should do that first.
it might be worth seeing what we can get the dragon and leave the bag of holding for whatever loot we got.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have dogs take care of all the loot. I trust him for that.
We could hire dogs.
To be perfectly honest, we might find more than 1,000 gold worth of stuff in the dragon
And just
Hoard
say,
anyway.
screw the dragon.
And just say,
Speaking of the dragon's horde and all that sort of things, wasn't there a leader of the kobold?
You're still flying, right?
oh yes, I'm still up here!
9 minutes and 50 seconds later.
I would have flown up either. I either would have flown down or I would have flown up to the ledge.
Well, I'm just saying, like, before that wears out, maybe we can explore.
Oh,
But you're staying at the bottom to
I'm
cast the
going to
dome,
go
right? So that way no one
cast
can
the
come
dome
in,
at the entrance so that no one can enter,
All right.
and then take a short rest.
Who wants to go check out the horde? I
We use
No, I
gentle
don't.
reposing.
Not particularly
up
good
to
at
Oinek.
investigating.
Oinek. Oinek.
I'm not dragon.
Oh, an egg.
Cast a bit of that. Gentle.
You gave it back to him.
Um,
He still helped to murder us.
my giant owl is out.
Yep.
So I will use him to fly around wherever we fit to try and look for the dragon's heart.
His what?
Of course.
So,
He said
Um,
hard. You were correct in being confused.
so
I'm gonna quickly tap myself.
Is it just you?
Myself.
who else coming?
It
Both
is me and Meowl
I am not particularly good
because I was halfway up.
investigating.
Okay, so both of y'all are going to
Probably
come up.
Not participate.
As y'all make your way up to the ledge, you still see standing in the threshold one winged kobold,
Gurman.
eyes glowing red.
That doesn't seem normal.
Eyes glowing red.
This is Halloween. This.
Thank you.
I can't do anything, can't say anything.
Can't have anything nice.
Can't have-
We will take that from you. I see that's really nice over there. We're ashamed.
Shame.
We ruined it
We
entirely.
couldn't have it that way.
Anyway, you guys are doing things and we were being quiet while you had this really cool moment.
Does
He-
he say anything?
He does. As you approach,
Can I? Sorry. No, go ahead.
as you approach, he steps out onto the ledge.
From where?
From I had described it a little bit before. On this ledge, there is a 20-foot round archway
Mhm.
that enters into a room past.
Mhm.
So from that, there's just this little jut out that the dragon uses to land, and he slowly saunters out. I hope you know the imposition that we are at currently.
He's not good.
I
Kill him!
found-
I fell from down below.
I found y'all entertaining before in the forest. Now I find you a nuisance.
Oh, bugger.
Oh crap.
When did we say him before?
Before he looked like a wolf.
Oh, I remember him now.
You still wearing the cloak.
I
When you were that, is that what you remember?
do remember that. It's very cozy.
Well, I can tell you, that was a lot harder to kill than these kobolds are. And there's about 50 to 100 hunters, highly skilled, coming. So say what you gotta say, because it's not
We
gonna last long.
also really don't care about you. So.
It's fair. It's fair. Kill me if you must. This is but a shot.
So who the crap are you?
Who the PG are you?
Who's probably going to get watched by my parents stream you?
Better high charisma characters are the ones up there.
We are high and we are charisma.
Yep.
I'm trying to keep track of,
I'm sure you get motherfuckers.
I'm trying to make sure you're okay and they're gold hungry, so she's a dwarf, she can't.
I am simply someone who enjoys the hunt, enjoys the chase, if you must. I was hoping for something more by this point. I provide you with an opportunity for you guys to ascend to my level.
You're assuming we want to. So far, we have
What
not enjoyed
level?
the resurrection.
What level would that be?
Level 7?
Are you all the way at level 7?
Are
Are we
you
leveling up?
On a
Are you a
scale of
level up
1 to
mushroom?
20, what level would that be?
are you a mushroom to level me up?
I want anyone watching this, anyone at all, to
Understand his pain.
We have 2 watches. I don't know if you count as one.
I count as one.
Okay, then that's no one.
Ow! You're mean.
I
Just me and him. There's no one else. That's what I think.
I mean, it's a stream pointed to a bag of candy and Doritos. Are we really surprised that no one's watching?
Yeah, these
Where's
Doritos,
audio? We're good.
these Doritos are quality content.
And fun fact, no one's chatted anything.
I want you to try and get to my level.
My level.
I'm sorry.
You must understand the reason that y'all have that small moat that you have is simply because he was a nuisance in the grand scheme of things. I was hoping that his opposite of his predecessor, successor, thank you.
That's a good word.
I was hoping that his successor would be slightly more willing.
What are you? I don't. Are you understanding what you're doing? Okay.
Oh, well, if
It's the white dragon. Are you on the ground past the ledge?
Yeah, you can drop
Okay.
one.
I'll drop flying and cast Gleeman's Tiny Hut and take a nap. Nice.
I will have the owl drop me on the.
Okay.
I'll be
Well, if-
down. I'll be down
Okay,
watching
the
Misery,
little-
making sure he's safe.
Moat to this person. Would that be helpful?
You can give him as you wish. If you do not choose to grow and grow fast, I will become bored with my playthings. Like I said, the joy is in the chase, the hunt. And if you choose to not become admirable prey, then I will dispose of my playthings.
Hey, can I introduce you to a man named Horag? He's got these like creatures and he likes hunting things a lot, and apparently he's like super powerful. I highly recommend you checking him out, because to be perfectly honest, I'm trying to imagine watching something about the six of us, and that seems like really boring.
Who would do that?
I don't understand.
Apparently no one.
So like, viewership is down.
Ratings would be up if you followed if you did Horak
Yeah.
as your reality TV show contestant.
The rest of this stream will be the DM pitting NPCs against each other.
Play with your toys, Sean.
Well, I would just say I will bid you adieu for now. I hope that you enjoy your trip back.
I'm still just really confused.
You're like the fifth person to threaten us in like 2 weeks.
It's true. We have a lot. There's like a backlog.
I would like to imagine that I was the first one to threaten you.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
Definitely not the first to threaten you.
Actually, if you think about it, that was still within 2 weeks.
Let's have a nice serious moment, the DM said.
Nope, can't have it.
Fun, basically.
Can't have it.
I appreciate your restraint and not just being like, all right, you guys are just gonna mouth off to this. He's just gonna kill you then. That's how it's gonna be.
So, what exactly do you want? What do you mean by elevate or become better prey? If you were to have your way, what would we do?
I am putting together a
Stop it.
Shut up, let him talk.
army. There has been too much peace. There has been too much of a status quo among us here as gods.
Okay.
And I am here to interrupt that.
So I feel like typically, so my shallow understanding of gods and stuff tells me that in order for you grow in power, you need worshippers?
Those I have.
Okay, great. So I feel like though your name and renown need to go out, you know? And I feel like it would be more helpful to us if we knew who we were talking to. You know.
So
Roll a persuasion check.
So no.
Why do I feel like you probably roll
Guidance.
like
Oh, really?
you've had that this entire time.
What guidance cantrip?
I feel like you roll. I feel like you roll like 80% of our charisma checks as a party.
I would have gone up there if I thought.
You're my favorite.
Cute.
You're kind of important to be down there.
I tell you
Considering
what.
Otherwise, we're gonna have the hunters coming in right now.
Why don't you, if you take possession of that sphere that you have stored away, I will tell you my name.
Does this sphere belong to you?
Does not belong to me. He was simply a nuisance. Uncontrolled.
Do you have a
Wait, you killed Ball?
In a sense. As much as one can.
Did you succeed Ball?
I am not Ball.
Did you replace Ball?
No. Those who have that orb can.
And I don't want to replace Ball. That sounds like a horrible job.
Then you hear my name.
Like when you say take possession of it, like, do you, like I just gotta touch it?
He looks you up and down. I
Doesn't
do
take very
believe you
long.
have a very specific spot that it belongs.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You may be hesitant now.
It's just, it's
However-
just a very fine, like, craftsman. I don't like hard to.
Mm,
You appreciate the value.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like,
It's really beautiful, but is that the murder god here and there? I'm gonna have to call an expert.
right? Like,
Well,
no longer.
you don't need me to convince you because, like I said, you'll have an enjoyable trip back.
Mm.
You may not need convincing by me then. Until then, feel free to have.
Okay, so hang on. So, like, you just want me to take the murder ball, put it in the spot, and then what?
I mean, it's called a motorboat for a reason.
I think we made up that name.
Start your ascension.
Like that feels like.
Ascension means up. It's a good direction.
Okay, that's good to know.
I mean, we couldn't have gotten up here if we didn't ascendify.
Was this indify a word? Sounds like it's not a real word.
Who is the high intelligence goal?
Indify.
It's a real word.
Okay.
It's a draconian.
No, that makes it. I don't.
It's transliterated.
I don't speak that one.
It's transliterate.
I'm illiterate in multiple languages.
The dragon's hoard is behind me. You'll find many of its items useful. I will be watching with great interest.
If he finds the items.
With that, you see his eyes change back to their normal color.
Were they not?
Were they not red before? They
were
red.
not.
Okay.
Okay. You said that they were glowing red when she first flew up there. I
Okay.
thought that seemed weird.
Yep.
Did the
But also, I'm not a detail-oriented person, apparently.
Eyes glowing red. I thought that seemed weird.
I was like, there's a detail that he didn't give before when we met him.
Oh.
Must have slipped his mind.
Did the kobold fall over dead as soon as the eyes changed?
No, as soon as the eyes go back to normal, you see him slightly stutter and come back. What are you guys doing here?
So Oinig's dead.
I was gonna be a little more subtle about that, but I guess we can just go ahead and
What? No.
bonus action. I'm dashing right behind him, grappling him.
Don't be rough, Fractal.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll.
It's a pretty big day.
Roll an attack.
She
on.
prepares it.
I get it advantage.
Yep, that's right.
Well, just, you know.
This is amazing.
What does it do?
Why did you get 2 dice?
Because I get an advantage because I vamped.
Oh, you should have said.
Bam!
What am I adding to that? Strength this? I think it's strength.
Yeah, it'd be contested strength.
Okay. That's 18.
Let's see how this goes.
We're gonna make another kobold friend.
He can fly.
Okay, so you
Perception.
vamp behind him, and as he tries to like unfurl his wings, you just manage to wrap yourself around him. You have him grappled.
I will say, calm down, calm down. You just
No.
almost, you don't know what's going on.
Where's the rest of them?
The rest of who?
The rest of my friends.
If you're talking about everybody who's in the room
Look at me.
before,
I am your friends now.
they're kind of dead. If you're talking about like the other like what 97
Families.
It was
kobolds,
family, I think. It was always family.
okay. If you're talking about all the other kobolds, we don't know.
Everyone in the room was killed by the dragon.
Just,
Except dogs survived somehow.
Frank,
magically.
you're like your favorite person.
Dox is still alive.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of like him. He's kind of cute.
Did those words just come out of your mouth? I
Well,
won't tell anyone.
Thank you.
If you let me go, I will kill him.
Well, not
That's
letting
not good
you go
incentive.
yet. It would be fun.
Oh,
Story is ascensionizing.
Listen, you've just gone through a really traumatic experience and you weren't really aware of it. Your eyes were glowing red. Do you know that?
Yeah, what do you remember about the last like 5 minutes?
I came up here, I spoke to Oineg, and I sent him down. Apparently,
That must mean
to
like
his
really
death.
good things in your heart. It's like you were the last one to speak. I guess we were the last ones to speak.
Again, couldn't go on so well and you just kept talking. We'll work on it. Listen, so sorry.
Low 5.0. We skipped a few versions.
What do you remember about a conversation between the three of us just now?
I remember I woke up and you guys were standing before me. Now,
Do you remember before that? Was there a sleep? Was it
Why
like
did
you were
you go
asleep?
to sleep?
Look,
Like,
this is
Just come over here.
important.
Hey, women, go down there. Now I take a nap.
I
that seems weird.
don't remember. I just remember coming up here and then I opened my eyes and you were here.
I wish I had a choke out eat.
I mean, you could just like. I mean, I could just like.
You could non-lethal damage him in the face like
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
At this point, he's grappled.
Dude, sleep.
Yeah.
You could
I
probably
mean,
just knock him out with a punch.
Can I just go? Can we just, Ragdoll, can you like bring him over to the edge here of the lesson? He's got wings. He's not gonna,
If he's unconscious, he can't use them.
like, bring him over here. Bring-
I will bring him over. Bring him over as part of the grappling.
Okay,
Grappling.
sure. You can successfully drag him over.
So you have come to an impasse. So down there, you can see there's an Oinig.
I'm really hoping they haven't started like carving him up yet.
We have.
What have y'all been doing?
I've been watching Misery.
Stuffing. You just see him stuffing him in the back hole.
Why don't you just lining the tail up and getting ready for
I've been watching over Misery while he naps, and then listening to see if I hear any like large sounds of 190 some kobolds making their way down and or other hunters.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
What do I hear? This one's only caramel. It doesn't have any
13.
nudity.
What is the
You have more caramel.
as
unless I disagree with this.
you don't hear much. The most that you can hear is drowned out by the wailing of a small little kobold.
Is it Docs or is
It is Docs.
Oh, why is he wailing?
Because we killed the dragon he worships.
Why is it okay when you play dumb?
Simple. Intelligence of 9.
Yeah, I have an intelligence of 11. I'm pretty smart. No, okay, it's Docs.
Okay, so yeah, you make your way over to the edge, and
Yes.
there.
You behave. What do you want to do with your life now, sir?
Listen, at this very moment, our cleric is casting a spell that will prevent the dragon from rotting. It will preserve his body for a long time.
We don't worship dead dragons.
Have you tried?
Live dragon you can worship.
I mean, now is the perfect time.
I mean, I'm the next closest thing to a live dragon.
And you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I mean, I've been told that before, but my mom's not here anymore.
This is really want to just rewatch this.
It was my job to control who got to see the dragon and who were granted audiences with the dragon. You asked what I would do. I would rather be dead than have to live with this shame.
We can have that arranged. I don't mean that as an empty threat. I mean, you would generally, you want that? I can toss you off right now. You can die on the spike of your dragon.
Okay, I'm having issues with this.
I'll drop him right on the spike.
No, I believe this is like in moral terms called like assisted suicide, and I don't think I'm okay with that.
But murder is fine. But if they want to die, then
Right now, you can't leave that
You
way.
behead someone so you didn't have to do paperwork.
No,
Yes. You said, let me save you the paperwork, and chopped his head off.
Yeah, paperwork.
Yes.
Paperwork
It
really
was
sucks,
not
man.
for the purpose of saving him paperwork. It was
So you
because
All right,
assisted
listen.
suicide,
Guys, we're getting
lying,
off track
murder.
again.
Murder is fine.
murdered by fire.
did you kick the table?
Oh,
Scraped my
Oh.
leg down the leg of the table. That's fine. It's not like there's a skin there anyway.
It's not.
No.
Stop the frogs, stop the frogs.
But in a couple of days or sooner, there's going to be about 100 dragons. Dang it, hunters.
You'll have your
If death is what you seek, they will be glad to give it to you. Dogs told us there's like a little tunnel you can go down to like your god or whatever you worship, and nobody comes back from that. You can try that.
It would be shameful.
Well, so would throwing life away.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
You get like 7 more days on this earth. I'm assuming he's full, right?
It would be less shameful for me to go out fighting than it would be for me to go down there like a hero who's lived a full life.
How full of life is that? Time wise, like how long is that?
You're asking specifically for him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 4 years old.
No, not 24.
Years old.
I have lived through many who have come down here seeking to harm what I guard. And then, as soon as I let my guard down,
Oh, you're let your guard down?
Just take that knife and twist it just a quarter inch or so.
Trust is something that
Just been over here juicing some lemons.
Life gives you a dragon.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one who's been stung by unwarranted trust. You're not the first, you won't be the last.
It's very true.
You have to decide at this point what you want to do with the rest of it. Whether that's diving off to death now, trying to take us later, wait for the other hunters. Or
One might even say that, you know, everyone feels this way when they face such times. I can't even do it.
I need you to roll a strength check.
Alright.
This will not go well.
Cool. I have a +1 modifier to strength, guys.
Dang, you're really strong.
Anna.
Nice.
4.
You feel him begin to struggle against your grasp as he breaks free.
I almost expected you to say that he didn't break free.
It's close.
I mean, he can use dex, and I assume he's gonna do some dex.
As he breaks free, and then you just see. Were you holding him above, or were you?
I had brought him to where he could see over the edge. I wasn't like holding him over the edge.
You see him break free, and just start free falling. No wings out. No nothing. Can you?
Headache!
Yeah, I was about to say. Go ahead and make perception checks. Those who are below who will be able to make perception checks.
Ooh, 24.
24.
10.
In that case, what did you say?
8.
You don't. You two. You two hear the slight scuffle, and then you see this winged kobold coming, falling down. Anything that y'all can do?
I mean,
Want
I'm
to do?
assuming that they pushed him off, so I ain't.
By the gods of nature, they pushed him.
He has wings.
He might be unconscious. I mean, the only thing I could do is shoot him with an arrow.
Trick shot. It wasn't the fall that killed him.
It was the arrow.
You're gonna get the,
Oh,
Okay.
you mean the
You'll get
you're
the
about to say
middle
the
of two
sudden
perfects.
stop. No, the arrow.
With that, y'all see the kobold splat against the ground beneath.
Oh.
Let's go get some gold.
Okay.
Well, ain't getting any better.
Could I, after seeing what I can only assume is a murder of rather impressive pushing capabilities, can I go and take some small effects off of the 2 kobolds that I shot at the very beginning?
Teeth or what? What sort
Whatever. I was just thinking. Wait, they're pretty small. They're like my size, so their
Yeah.
teeth would be fairly small.
Of, yeah, their teeth would be fairly small.
Oh yeah, I'm in.
I'll just take a tooth from each, I suppose.
Go ahead, just roll an investigation or investigation. Yeah. Okay. I need investigation checks from both of you guys as you walk through this threshold.
Investigation in.
6.
Whee!
Dang it. I want to say that's cocked.
Mine's not.
Natural one.
Okay, 8.
Use luck.
Okay.
You guys.
Okay.
Yes, two.
We're gonna start with you.
A whopping 6.
As you go through these kobolds, you do notice that a couple of them have just general effects upon them. Very normal type of clothing that they're wearing. One of them seems to have a dragon scale that is just looped around his hip and that just affixed to
Is it
a
a
belt.
white scale?
It's a white scale, yeah. Yeah. One would assume maybe a gift from the god or some other significance.
I'll take that.
You two,
Mm-hmm.
as you walk into this room, you see
He kind of is
it
watching.
is slightly ovoid. Off to your right, you see what's going on. Off to your right, you see what seems to be a jagged ice bed of sorts, with just grated pieces of ice that are just sharp and protruding up. But that section seems to be mostly where almost torn up with claws and everything to kind of make a little bit better bed for the dragon. All along the wall, as you look around, you see different pieces of copper and gold and silver pieces just frozen inside of the walls. How long do y'all want to spend searching and thawing things out?
We have a short rest to this already. I would say we spend the whole hour.
You want to spend the whole hour? Okay.
You find 12 pieces of copper and
So no one rolled above a 10?
Correct.
I mean, I rolled a 9. Then has a -1 modifier.
Before they start, I'm going to take a short rest.
Okay. Okay.
And my owl come with him rolling in or investigation.
I mean, he is upstairs with us.
You didn't dismiss him. You just
No,
got
He
off.
just
of
come up.
him. Would you like to use your owl?
Yes.
I mean, he's looking. He can find things probably.
He's
Find
big and
things.
he's good
Sure.
eyes and
Go
stuff.
ahead and roll for the owl.
Owls
Roll for owl.
Owls. Owls are like
As he comes into the room and starts peeking around, I'm assuming that you told it to look out for shiny things.
use an intelligence score
Are you sure?
for investigation.
That makes sense. Go back.
I was about to say, if he doesn't automatically,
It's a -1. Or with this one. 3 -1. I have 5 more animals.
I'm gonna go get some more dice.
Hey, guys. Would it be metagaming if they came back with butt kiss and Mary was like, I'm gonna go up there and take a look because this doesn't seem right.
y'all found 5 copper.
Right, sorry.
we almost died.
This
for
dragon just
basically
collected
nothing.
buttons. Look at that. I just rolled 4 just for fun. All under 10.
That is so impressive.
2,
Oh.
2, 9, and a natural 20.
I forgot to
Okay.
pregame my dice.
Oh my goodness.
For those of you who can't
All right,
see, she just
so-
rolled one.
So
I wasn't rolling for anything.
Y'all
That was a
find-
practice roll.
completely new die.
You'll find
There we go.
All right, we're gonna
190 silver pieces just frozen in the ice. You find 1,400 copper pieces frozen in the ice that you're using to. You're sitting there trying to chip away and get to all of these pieces, and they're all kind of shiny. It's hard to tell because it's not like super clear ice. It's kind of a little bit
190 copper?
foggy. Huh?
190 copper,
190 silver.
190 silver.
1,400 copper pieces.
That's 14 gold.
They spent a lot of time chipping away at what they thought was gold, and then they got beneath, and it ended up being copper pieces.
I love money.
Y'all can spend longer if you want to make another
That's
investigation check.
literally all we found.
Y'all spent a lot of time getting at those gold pieces.
Oh my lord. How many gold pieces did we find? I only had the silver in it.
How much did we find any gold?
14.
How many silver did I get? Sorry.
190 silver pieces and 1,400
Okay,
copper
so there's
pieces.
0 gold pieces.
Correct.
Yep. 0.
Yeah.
Is that's
I will go-
for the full hour?
That's for the full hour.
I'm gonna go back to the ledge and ask what they're doing down there and what we want to do.
Yeah,
Does
we can
anyone-
take you down if you need it.
Does anyone have decent investigation? Mine's 0.
Hey, if the owl helps take us up and down, that makes it an owlevator.
Oh my gosh!
What's an elevator?
And that's why you're stuck with 14 gold right now.
What's an elevator?
It's an owl that takes you up and down.
Do you want me to start harvesting the dragon?
Yeah.
Sure, I will assist you.
Did anyone clean up what's his face?
I will check on stonks. I don't remember what it was because we couldn't figure it out.
Yeah,
I will go-
Docs just watched a friend commit suicide, so that's going well.
Yeah, Docs isn't in a great place right now, guys.
Did you guys find anything useful in the dragon's
I'm just
hoard?
gonna throw like 100 of the copper.
Send your owl down so I can come up and check and see if I can find anything.
What makes you
How
think you're
about-
a little better than us? We just spent an hour up here.
All right, do you need our help carving up dragon, or should we keep looking for gold?
Looks like you found all the gold there.
How about we do a
We
switch?
didn't actually find any gold.
How about
There is
you
no
guys
gold.
come up having been all rested and such?
Yeah,
You
I'm
guys
not-
come up and look, because Lehman's tiny hut works for.
Yes, to stay in there.
It leaves as soon as I step out of it.
Ugh.
I'm not going up. I'm harvesting this dragon. Whoever wants to help me help.
I mean, do you have decent survival?
I have horrible investigation.
You got decent survival though,
But
right?
I have great nature checks. so-
What is
Okay.
what is harvesting?
Nay, we always go back and forth.
We
The
alternate
best
like
I've heard it described is
survival.
it should be survival for stuff like taking hides or taking meat,
Yeah, and I was gonna
but
say this
nature
would be-
for any like
Well,
oh,
I have good
I
survival
want
too.
these organs.
And that's the thing
or-
is, you two have the goodest survival to do that.
Yeah, I can give you advantage if you want. I have a +5 to survival. and
Well,
plus-
it depends on
plus
what the
3 to
check
nature.
is. I've got to.
I have a +3 to nature, +5 to survival. But I've been also
What
rolling
would
down.
harvesting a dragon be?
He's animal.
We'll go with nature for specifically trying to dice this thing up into, because you're not trying to
We're
get
cutting it up into
hides.
pieces, and
You're
we're
trying to
protect the important parts, right? 'Cause I'm-
yeah. So you're
I'm
having to
actually-
find out where all the important parts are, and
Did we have any sort of, I don't remember if this is something you texted us. Was there any like, hey, if you're not going to take the whole dragon, these are the important parts?
I think that would be survival. Just knowing what are
so
the important things.
you would know from reading the book. Scales, heart, head.
Scales, heart, head.
Claws can be useful as well
Claws.
if you're able to get it.
So the parts that might not be worth focusing on would be something like the wings, where there's not going to be any scales or internal organs. I suppose the tail would have the most scale to weight ratio because it wouldn't have as much meat.
Thanks. I'll take that into account.
I'm going to love this so much. Okay.
Fractal, send down your owl.
Do we really think that it's smart to unplug that hole?
You guys can come down.
No, I'll stay
he
and wait.
has to stay
I'll
in.
stay and wait. It's fun.
Not with me, like the two of you come. There's only like a tiny, well, it's not tiny, but there's
A
I
5-foot section.
I mean,
there's
so,
a 5-foot section that is.
Like I was kind of thinking if we did another hour, that like.
so let's look at these two scenarios.
Okay.
He stays in the hut, and a crowd gathers outside of the Lehman
They would think that it's not the place to go. It would just look like a wall.
It looks like a wall, or
It's the color of the ice, but it's
Yeah.
opaque.
Okay.
It's just
I thought it was
an
see-through.
ice wall.
What does opaque mean?
Oh,
Means you can't see
Like
through it.
it's
Okay. Actually, I don't
Think
know if
about
it's
standing in
opaque.
front, someone standing in front of a TV, and then you yell at them, "You're opaque," because that's what my dad did whenever we were younger.
You guys are a lot smarter.
See where you're going with that.
Smart person. Opaque.
The dome is opaque from the outside. It was transparent from the inside. So I'm sitting in here, and it's like a one-way mirror. I can see them if they approach.
Got it.
Yeah, I will stay here.
What am I sending down the alpha?
But what's your investigation?
Remus, have him go look.
Wait, I'm helping harvest.
Yeah,
stuff.
you two should stay up there and keep looking. There's got to be something more
Right.
useful than
We
a handful
will
of copper pieces.
Spend another hour looking for
Would
good
y'all
stuff.
like? Would one of y'all like to assist the other, or would y'all like to do separate roles again?
Do you want advantage?
what is your
Better than yours.
okay, take it.
Steven, no. So it's an 18, but it's on his phone.
But it's clearly readable.
I can balance
He can
a
balance a
D4.
dice on it.
I'll take it.
You are a kind.
What's the second one?
You are a kind
It's 18 and 13.
Reroll it. Let's see what you would have had.
No, no.
Don't
it was clearly,
tempt me.
That's not a game you're allowed to play.
It was clearly
So
an
it's 18 plus 2.
You find
Hang
10
on.
gold.
a couple of different items.
Hey!
You find
We were
nothing.
helping.
I
Oh,
was
dang, it was more.
helping.
Three
Okay.
items?
Holy crap, guys!
Since we're, can I, feel free to not answer this if you want to. Since we're obviously done investigating, if you had rolled higher, were there other items in there? Is that something I'm allowed to know?
We're gonna
Dang
get another hour.
Just keep.
I will
looking.
say
There's
there
nothing.
is a lot of ice that is like as
So
as
it's-
y'all are chipping away at this ice, y'all are finding more and more stuff.
Let's just stay here.
So
Friggin' Aye, Fractal, send down your owl and send up fire and have him melt the ice so you can find more things.
I mean, I'm good with that.
I will do that.
It's gonna take you
how
a
much time?
go.
I will just go ahead and say this instead of having y'all roll each time. How much time do y'all want to spend here?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't given that just yet.
Can we do it like by the hour, like we spend another hour? Oh, this is what we find. Okay. We're satisfied. We stop kind of thing. I feel like that'd be the most like realistic is like,
It's true.
I don't know.
It's true.
I mean, I guess it's different from character to character, but like that's what I would be doing is like if I spent
So I will say the amount of time it's going to take for you to harvest an entire dragon.
There are two of us working on it.
Two of y'all working on it.
Gentle repose continue even after you butcher a dragon?
yes.
Sweet.
Any pieces of it are still affected by the spell.
That's so cool.
4 hours. 4 hours, the two of y'all dicing this thing up and into a transportable manner and sectioning off different things.
Roughly 500-pound chunks.
Yeah.
Do we find any gold from the second?
So, as y'all continue, because I will just say for 4 hours, y'all are doing this while they're dealing with the dragon.
Yep.
Within that 4 hours, y'all find those 3 items. Y'all find another 200 gold pieces. I'm trying to remember. And 20 iridium. Is it iridium?
Platinum?
It's electrum.
Electrum. Sorry, electrum.
Electrum is the one that's like between silver and
Yep.
gold.
It's
right?
50.
50 silver.
This stuff has been here a while. back whenever they actually used Electrum.
Is Electrum
Way back
is
in
Electrum
3.5.
half a gold or 50 gold?
It's half a gold.
So 10 gold. 20 Electrum.
I see what you mean. Yes. I thought you meant like one Electrum is 10 gold. And they're like, no, they literally just said half. Half a gold. So 10 gold? Yeah, okay.
And we'll say that that is split, not just straight up gold, but it is a collection of other things that you find as you melt away different sections.
Scrappable.
Great idea to send up fire.
Okay. It has been a total of 4 hours. Would you like to continue searching, or would you like to start your trek back?
I mean, at this point, my hour's half done.
Misery, do you see or hear anything?
Do I see anyone coming up the tunnel?
You do not.
You want us to roll for the 4 hours before they start for the harvesting? I guess that won't affect anything. Or do we have to roll? That's just about subject to roll.
I was about to say I was taking roll one more time. Let's see how well y'all did.
He has a roll period.
Oh, I thought you did your initial roll. Yeah, roll. Do two different rolls at advantage.
2 different advantage. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself for both.
That is fine.
Get that D4, son.
Jeez. Double sixes.
That's a 12 though. No, wait, no, that's a 14.
14. Okay. Good. Go for your second one.
Nice.
That's a 23.
Don't ever tell her I said that. People are making mistakes, big ones.
Who do I need to
Life
punish?
mistakes.
Someone's being a distraction.
Sorry.
It's important.
I know. So within that 4 hours, you can definitely see the halfway point that your work starts to increase and how clean the cuts are and how well sectioned off certain portions of this dragon are. You do manage to get the dragon into 5 sections of 500 pounds each, one of which you do by more or less collecting the hide and putting it off on one side, another section by just taking the entire head and moving it off to its own, and basically dividing it up from there.
So like the hide is on its own a single, roughly 500-pound piece.
Yeah.
That's super handy.
Does anyone know, can Firecast identify?
We both can.
Cool. Does anyone know if Fire can cast Identify because he's up there with us?
I don't think he can. I don't think that's a skill that sorcerers can learn. I'll double check though.
It is.
I mean, if he doesn't have it, and if he probably would have taken it if 2 of them had it.
I don't know if he has it or not.
Just
I
because
believe they can.
he could take a half an hour and do that.
I don't know. One of these look like sorcery.
Can you cast Identify Ritual within the bubble?
Yeah, cast whatever I want. I mean, I can't cast it because I don't have a pearl. But
Okay. Crosses Bard and Wizard. That doesn't seem right. Maybe it's right.
I'm not up there.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
well, I don't know that he has it though.
I don't remember him having it.
That's fine.
It doesn't strike me as something he would take,
That's also fair.
especially if he knows that 2 other
Because
people.
I mean, we
have
already,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
That covered.
So, yeah. Y'all do not see anyone else coming down. Anything else y'all would like to take care of while you're at it?
I didn't write down. How successful was it? What's the harvest?
You managed to get everything separated out. It was more of a success failure thing. I'm not
So,
gonna sit
success,
here and
alright.
tell you exactly.
Just wanted to make sure I did it
Yeah.
right.
No, you made it.
You failed to cut up the dragon.
The first one made the second one harder, and you did well. So that is good.
Can I just take like whatever another a small token from the dragon? I don't know what would be small on such a giant creature.
Turkey leg.
I'll just carry the entire leg. But I don't know if there's like a small scale or a tiny tooth that
Yeah,
was just coming in.
if you wanna
If you cost us 1,000 gold, if we go to all this trouble to bring back the whole dragon, and they're like, "Well, it's missing a scale," I'm gonna kill you.
Not if I kill you first.
Who's got the murder ball?
You.
Well,
Okay.
The murder ball is mine.
So
Murder ball.
go ahead, make you a survival check to try and Jimmy scale out.
You've cut all these things up nicely.
Oh.
Natural 20.
You managed to just
Aldrich, you did a very amazing
with
job
surgical precision.
cutting this
You
over.
see him. You see him like painstakingly. It took him a little bit to kind of get the dragon skinned and everything taken care of, and you just come over there and you're like, I want one. And you just pull out one of the scales and you have a scale.
I loosened that for you earlier.
Why do you make me do this?
What are you talking about, Aldrich? You did amazing. Look at the work you did here. This is phenomenal.
Okay. So are we done here?
Up in this there.
From the dome. Guys, it's been 4 hours. Are we ready to go yet?
I mean, honestly, at this point, with 4 hours, and I'm guessing that like, do we really like? He's only got 4 more hours with the owl. Do we really want to leave now, or do we want to take a long rest here?
I would say we should at least take our 4 hours and get what we can back up towards at least that much farther along the mountain. How many days do we have left before the end of the hunt?
Y'all had
We
one
have-
day that you did it.
We teleported there and slept on the mountain,
Yeah, and then
hiked and slept in the cave.
Yep. So that's 2 days. So
Today is day 3.
today is day 3.
I should take notes.
Now, when we say it's a 1 week hunt, is that 5 days
7
or
days.
7? Okay.
To Friday, 9 to 5. No lunch
5.
hunt in the evenings or on business days. Oh, right. I have that.
Can I get actually there is one thing that does happen during those 4 hours, and that would be I need both of you all to roll a perception check one more time, and you roll one with advantage.
17.
That's for me.
Cool, an 8 and a 2, so 9.
Okay, what did
17.
17? So at some point, you hear the wailing of ducks cease. You
Is he's still in the chamber by us, right?
still in the chamber. I don't know what you're doing inside of your little orb
I'm
over there.
asleep.
Yeah,
Clearly.
you clearly sleep something because y'all both see Docs walk over and gently begin knocking, very somber, very gentle, on the dome.
On my dome,
Yes,
and I don't notice this.
you don't.
Oh. But
That's
he
probably
does,
for the better
right?
because I can't let him in now. Because you have to be in it when I cast it to pass through it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you could just like assign people who could go in and out.
So whoever's in when I cast it, you can come in and out.
I did not know that.
That's it.
So yeah, this is happening while you notice that you notice about 3 hours in. He just slowly gets up and starts knocking at the door.
How far
And-
did you say?
3 hours.
About 3 hours in. And eventually you do take note because it kind of jolts you awake as you hear this just like
Hey, docs. I help you.
hey I was hoping that you'd let me through.
I can't yet. I'm sorry, docs.
I'm not gonna tell anyone. I need through.
Unfortunately, I can't. I'm sorry. Well, yeah. I'm sorry.
It-
If you can wait, just
It's okay. I understand. I'll be over here. Let me know whenever I can come through.
will do.
Kind of quietly.
Legit, I guarantee he's gonna go commit suicide by crawling down the god cave.
For sure.
You see him walk back over and just kind of sit in one of the huts at just like the threshold of one of them and just kind of sitting there and surveying everything that's around him.
You know, the people they just made friends with, butchering his deity. Well, his clan leader is staying on the carpet just next door. All right. Neat.
Okay, so sorry that played out.
Should have killed him like a day ago, so we wouldn't have to bat this. Life is cruel, and we're here to save you from it.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. So 4 hours up. Y'all are done up top. Are y'all flying down? Y'all mentioned a long rest potentially. What do we want to do?
You guys down at the bottom now, down with your spoils of war.
Mm-hmm.
We found some things. Can you identify them?
I can, if you retrieve the pearl from.
Aldrich.
Yeah.
Is he able to give them to you?
Can you stick your arms out?
Nope, he can't. I don't know if I can stick my arm out without the spell terminating. I might just be a lonely mage stuck in my little
I'll
bubble.
just identify if you can. Otherwise, I'll give you the pearl if you want.
That's all. We can do it tonight. When next time we rest. I don't think any of them will be helpful.
I can
it might be worth
ritual
finding out.
cast.
It
The
might be
spell
worth-
ends if you leave its area. So would me sticking my arm through? I guess that would count as part of me leaving its area.
Yeah.
What I want to do
Yep.
is go through and check and see if anything will be helpful, so that we can identify them, find out they're helpful. That's metagaming. Not doing that.
I mean,
Did you
Aldrich
bring
can
stuff
identify.
down with you? Because I can ritual cast identify if you're okay with me.
I mean, I'm fine with it. As long as you don't murder ball everything again. The bigger problem is
That's a risk for anybody who identifies it. Though. It's not
Right.
just me.
it's half an hour because I think we found 3 things. 10 minutes each.
It's 10 minutes if it's ritual cast. So
I have
yeah.
to ritual on
Okay.
those.
Right. So it's 3.
How would that work
Oh
with
wait,
the
it's a first level. I have 3 more first levels.
So you can just go boop boop boop.
Let me double
Does
check.
it
this.
take
just like that?
If it's the
Boop, boop,
first
boop,
level,
boop,
I can go. boop, boop, boop.
Identify.
Yeah, it's a first level, and identify is
It takes a minute to
1
cast.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
guys found a lot. Great job.
Whose pizza is in the center?
was that just the last pizza? So you were like,
No, I shouldn't try.
that's fair. I mean, if you want to get rid of your last potential healing spells, that's fine. Or we can either do it later, or if you think maybe any of them will be helpful. Do any of them look like they will be helpful to us, just based on what they are?
I mean, you do one of you find a set of shiny arrows. You know that he likes arrows. There's the scale of armor. I mean, the armor itself. Does anyone of you guys actually use armor?
No.
Kind of.
I do.
Light armor.
Me too.
I have light
Or
armor.
like scale.
Did I put on there what level of armor that is?
No.
I did not.
Leather armor is whatever. I can wear any level though.
You're a dwarf.
Is it scale? I forget what I actually
You
what
said
is
splint.
splint.
I
Requires,
think that's medium.
which you can use means.
I'm not. I think I'm only proficient with light armor.
I mean, I can
It's a heavy
wear
armor.
it. It's a heavy
Does-
armor.
It's a heavy armor.
Anything looks like a murder ball. I'm a dwarf.
You can wear heavy.
Yeah,
I'm
splint
pretty sure-
armor is
I'm
made out
actually
of narrow
I'm
vertical
proficient-
strips.
I wrote down I'm proficient in light to medium, not heavy.
Yeah.
As a dwarf,
Armor is made of narrow vertical strips of metal riveted to a backing of leather that is worn as a cloth padding. So
Okay.
flexible
So-
chainmail protects the joint.
Does anything
You
in
say it's
my
heavy?
knowledge indicate that these would be helpful?
You know the arrows seem very helpful.
For this specific getting the dragon out of here situation. Basically, what I'm
Oh,
saying is
Paul.
we can
it
identify
might be
these
just
later,
because
but if
Oh,
any of them will help for the
Yeah,
current
none
situation,
of them look particularly helpful for transporting a dragon.
cool.
I mean, if it's armor of strength.
But not.
Does anything look like it could be a murder ball kind of thing? Because that would be good to know.
I mean, these arrows you could murder someone with, but you can do that with normal arrows.
More
Good.
murder sticks than.
I mean,
balls.
if you want to take a look at the armor a little bit closer and see if there's anything odd about it, you can.
What's the origami operation thing look like? Because there's not a lot of.
It is effectively a scroll.
Okay.
And so what you see whenever you look at it, it's just a rolled up scroll.
Okay. Then I'm going to assume it's a spell scroll and say identify this, see if maybe this will help.
That's the only one I'll identify now. I'll identify this Pokemon.
I was gonna say, if you want to show it to them. I should have waited to give those to you. I was just excited.
More like relieved that you actually found the items that he worked up.
You have no idea. I was looking everywhere for them. I'm like, I wrote these down somewhere and I cannot find them. Apparently, I wrote them up in a Word document and printed them off.
as a dwarf, it says your speed is not reduced by wearing heavy armor, but I don't.
But if he's not proficient
Doesn't
in it,
sound
it'll
like-
cause him problems in combat.
Yeah. So maybe you.
Can I
you-
see look at your
Yeah.
player's handbook?
Oh,
So none of us can wear this. So I guess we can just sell it.
You do not have to be proficient. If you lack proficiency, you have disadvantage on any ability checks, saving throw, or attack roll.
But you still get the AC bonus?
I believe so.
I don't think this will help us.
And
but
you
it's
can't
pretty
cast
cool.
spells.
What is it?
What's it do?
Looks like a tiny beholder.
What? You
It
can
only
summon.
works once, right?
You can
Yeah.
summon a tiny beholder.
Essentially.
That's pretty fantastic in a terrifying, horrifying sort of way.
I don't know. Finders keepers, give it to misery. I don't know who would. That would be best.
What's his face? Mylan might want it, maybe. Worse.
Mylan.
The guy who runs the magic.
Oh, yes.
Right, let's try and get this hunk of dragon out of here.
Alright.
Okay, so y'all are gonna
Yeah, what's the plan?
no long rest. Y'all are just gonna truck it straight up.
Does anyone need restiness?
I mean, I'm at half HP.
I'm at less than half.
I've got more heal, 2 more healing
Question
spells.
for you.
Right, but then you're pretty much tapped
It
out,
says
right?
after casting the spell, the orb is destroyed in a flash of flame.
Yeah, the does it say orb?
Yeah.
Can I see?
But the
I'm trying to
but
remember.
it folds itself in.
Oh,
Yeah, it folds itself into an orb.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I thought it said.
So this is a single use
Yep.
item?
Yep.
And it doesn't say how long it lasts,
I mean, it lasts until the spell is ceases.
which would be how long it lasts.
Well, but like Ray of Frost and Burning Hands and all those are like instantaneous spells.
So effectively, it goes out, it casts a spell, and then
Yeah.
it's,
Okay. I thought it was like something that you summon and it's like a paper familiar that follows you
Gotcha.
around and can use those spells. I didn't realize it could do one of them and that's it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Essentially just a free spell.
okay. So, are y'all aren't?
Are
Or
we taking
you,
at least
you are?
are
Or
we
aren't?
taking a short rest?
So here's the problem. We stayed here for 4 hours. We've got 4 hours left on the owl. We could just start going out and try and use those 4 hours to get whatever the owl is carrying as far away from here as possible. Or we could take a short rest and burn and face whatever we face as we are. Or we could take a short rest and go from there and get as far as we can with 3 hours with the owl, or we could take a long rest and do nothing with the owl.
Yeah, one has 2-day cooldown time.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should take advantage of the owl.
After that, we're down to these horses and these goats.
Okay. I am slightly worried about heading out into the mountain, snow-covered mountain, with a dragon with the hunt in full swing.
And us being very, very,
Very tapped out.
very injured.
We can rest if we like.
But we only have to travel like 4 hours up. I mean, it's going to take us a while just to get even back up to the.
Is there
I mean,
any way
to-
for us to contact what's his face?
The
Marlon?
teleporter.
Contact who?
Marlon.
We saying hi to Michelle.
No, to my mom,
Oh.
who's like, "Hey, why aren't you answering?"
Oh, what's up, Kim?
I'm busy, Mama.
Busy summoning demons.
You can contact someone else. You have a sending
There's
stone.
literally not a single member in our party that is proficient in heavy armor.
Yeah.
I thought barbarians could.
No,
No, they
well,
are-
I can, but I
can't.
get. Oh, I
Well,
can't.
I don't know
You just
about
lose-
you personally. Barbarians are not proficient,
I
or
mean-
not. You don't get it as a class proficiency.
Yeah, because ideally you're not. supposed to
Ideally, you're
wear-
unarmored.
Right.
Yeah, same with.
But you get light and medium. I just assume that you got all three of them. We don't have
with
any
barbarian. It's a little less
paladins. or
slightly less
fighters.
punishing if you wear armor. With monks, it's just
Wait, paladins?
Barbarians.
Barbarian.
Oh,
The
Sorry,
the
I
only
said
person that
paladins.
you have access to,
I can
unless you'll
multicast.
have sending on your own, is the king.
I have the stone. We could communicate with the king. I don't know what I would ask him.
would we?
We
Oh,
could at
you know,
least tell the
I-
king
Yes,
what we've done.
I.
true.
That's actually
And
not a
tell
bad
him-
idea.
I
could
can
tell
ask
him about
something if
the
we do a
Mr.
long
Glowhouse.
rest.
Speaking of Mr. Glowhouse.
Yeah, we should probably tell them about Mr. Glorians.
Mr. Glowhouse? We went up, we talked to the guy, we threw him down, that was it. No. It was,
That was horrifying. I mean, I've done some
You-
cold things before,
We did not do that.
how
but
many
to
of
throw a
you,
kobold off.
Oh my gosh, we did not do that.
I walk over to Ashlog and I pick up her cloak and hold it up over her head. So it's like, here's your tongue, your sword. And I say, y'all remember this Wolfie thing? It was talking when it maybe shouldn't have been talking.
Oh, the thing that said the hunt is on?
Just assumed that most wolves could speak.
And it was
This one had big red
super-
eyes.
super giant. and
You
it
remember
had
how
was
like all of
wolves.
the wolves, but then there was that wolf, and that wolf
There
was
was like
like,
all of the wolves had like icy blue eyes, but then this one had, like fire red eyes.
I remember the big wolf. Yes.
well, whoever was
Whatever.
inside that wolf and was saying that.
Wait,
the
are you
wolf
saying that
was-
wasn't the wolf?
Yeah, so
Was it-
apparently that wasn't the wolf talking.
I thought it was just like a big old wolf.
So did we.
Nope, because he was inside Stonks or
No,
whatever his
so-
name is.
Whatever. Yep, we're going with that now.
Made the error.
But at least you know it's going to
That's
be
why
productive.
we're
He was
always
wait, he was
leaving.
in he was inside. Was he the one that made
He
him
like
jump?
was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like
That's cold.
Perception
Percent
check.
or
They lied.
Roll an insight check.
Perception check gonna help you.
Insight.
Against my
Does that-
deception?
Seemed hesitational.
Both of our deceptions.
Oh no.
I mean-
Roll with advantage if you'd like.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah.
did roll with advantage without you telling me to.
I was talking to the person who was getting assisted.
I'm gonna roll a single dice. That's more like it. 11.
22.
16.
20.
Thanks, So
I rolled good.
I was gonna say, both of you guys.
I know.
Yeah. Glowy eyes killing people left and right. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
something seemed.
Right. So,
So the monster needs sacrifice. That's why he had the
What?
kobold jump off the cliff.
I don't know if we can read that much
Did-
into what happened.
No, it makes perfect
what did he
sense.
The
want? What did he
glowy
want?
eyes, man says the motor bowl isn't his, but we need to use it so we can ascendify.
I don't
we
think that's a
can-
word.
We can ascend.
It's not
Wait,
a
so
word.
that
I don't believe
Said
so.
it was
I'm
a
not
sonnet.
Draconian.
Isn't he like trained in line? You should probably not take anything he says.
Look, I'm just
this
I'm just the messenger. I'm just
So,
repeating
Didn't you
word
get
for word.
fired for being the messenger?
I got fired for being a bad assassin.
So a messenger.
I would like to point out that all of y'all are having a conversation, and then
I'm
he's still
behind the bubble.
Is he lying?
So I will lay out the gist of what the red-eyed kobold said.
Okay, well, actually, this
so-
makes a lot of sense. I think we can draw a lot from this. So, from what you said, Kobold was possessed and forced to jump off the cliff. The giant wolf was also potentially. Why would it mess with a large group of people? So,
Yeah.
this red-eyed being needs sacrifice, and it needs death.
I don't feel like that's really like the point he was trying to get across. I mean,
So what he said was, once I'm done toying with you, I'll get rid of you. So please stop.
Right. Good to know. So we have the white dragon that wants to murder us.
but he's dead. Oh, the white dragon.
My goal is working.
Just name everything dragons.
Good job playing into that character, Melissa.
Why you never play high intelligence characters ever?
I couldn't.
White dragon wants to murder us. Red glowy eyes wants us to
murder us. He's
wants
a little bit.
one of us to apparently murder the others. The hunters coming up the mountain are probably wanting to murder us. I'm going to message the king and let him know that we did kill the white dragon, that we were working on bringing it back. Does anyone have any questions for the king while I do this?
Where's Dox?
Noted.
Do you want to ask if he can?
Dox is hiding in the corner crying.
He's what?
Crying.
Fantastic.
When you look over, you see a very distraught Dox who is just surveying his would-be god.
Hacked into pieces, skinned, beheaded.
Beauty, ain't he?
I'm gonna go over and sit next to Doc.
Same.
I guess I will as well, since we're all sitting by him.
Okay.
A wave from my bubble.
No, you guys have to
You-
stay
he
and
can't
talk,
see you.
figure out what's going to be sent.
Have fun messaging
So-
the king.
Do you want to see if like he can help at all, or talk to what's his face in the
I
shop?
feel like the king
He wants the dragon.
cheating the system for our favor is probably not going to be looked upon very well. I don't really believe that that's something that he would want to do. But
I just feel like using the king as a glorified messenger might not be the best way to send
that
those.
would be another very good reason to not do that. However, I will ask him if it is commonplace for members of the hunt to murder each other in hopes of collecting the other's game.
You can speak with Dave.
I can after a long rest. If you can let me know before I go to sleep.
What dead do you need to
Yeah.
talk
You can speak with Dead, but not speak with Ethan.
Stonks has been here for a while. He's the only one to have survived multiple hunts out of everyone here.
By hiding, I don't think he'll be quite able to provide the information we're looking for. Stonks.
Docs. We're talking stonks.
Stonks is dead.
You're
Right.
talking
Yeah,
Stonks.
That's why he wants to
That's
speak
why
with
speak
dead.
with that.
You're talking
Unless
about
you
the
want to
puddle on the
murder
ground.
dogs and then speak with dead.
No, you need to take those steps.
What?
Right, but he was saying, oh,
I mean, velocity within like
he was
I
asking
think it has to be
if
a
our
whole.
good friend Paul, I can never remember which Aldrich has the ability to speak with dead. So I was assuming that he wanted to speak with stonks and not dogs.
Paul, what's your last name?
Regardless.
Frostbeard.
All right, I'm going to message the king.
we're taking a long rest, right?
I
No.
cannot speak with that.
I thought we were.
Why not?
Even if we're not going to travel,
I assume if he fell from that height,
full-
he's not going to be together enough to speak with that.
How high was it?
120 or 100 feet.
foot.
Oh.
What is the terminal velocity of an unladen cobalt?
Head first down into the rocks.
Oh.
He done did good.
He was aiming to cave in his noggin, so there's probably not much of a mouth left for him. Regardless, even if we are not going to travel the full remaining 4 hours that we have the hour, we should at the very least do the difficult part of getting back up to the mouth of the cave. Even if we're not going to go all the way out onto the side of the mountain or even into the temple, we should at least make use of the owl to drag as much of the dragon pots as we can up the ice-laden path that we traversed to get down here.
How far away were the torches, though, when we last looked out? From...
They are dead. The
What?
dragon was eating them.
What?
What?
The hunters. They camped in the temple last night. The dragon took them and ate them.
He
All except
motions
for Horan.
around, and there are bits of people
Oh. How
frozen.
Many? How many?
It was five of
Yeah.
the
You
five of
don't
the six.
see.
We don't see Horag and his.
Horag was not
He's
with
not
them.
here.
You did not see Horag.
Horag and his cats might still be out and about.
Right. And we might not be in the best position to fight him right now.
But-
It's up
but
to
staying
we can put it to a
here-
vote, but I
staying
believe
here-
that the best course of action would be at least make use of the extra manpower that we have while we have it to at least get the hard part of this trip out of the way. The rest of it will be downhill, at the very least, dragging 2,700 pounds of dragon
I think
up the ice slope would not be.
if we can get the dragon to the mouth of the cave tonight, I think
I think that would be very helpful. And it might be better than potentially having 190 some kobolds on us in the morning.
Yeah.
Speaking as Caleb, I really want to go down and see what the kobold god looks like.
Right. All in favor?
I'm sorry, I
of-
missed the point.
looking at the guy.
We are going to use
Oh.
the owl to at
Yes.
least get to the cave entrance,
Forgot something.
like the temple.
Okay.
Can y'all remind me
With
what y'all's perception checks were earlier? You
I didn't.
Wait,
For when Dox was crying?
natural 20.
you had the natural 20.
I had a 17 total.
I had a 9.
Can I get both of y'all to roll as well?
Yeah, okay. Perception.
Nice.
The also 16.
17.
Everyone who got above a 15, y'all felt tremors. Just a single time, and it was near the beginning, whenever y'all had originally killed the dragon. Very slight, but like enough so that little tiny bits of ice had fallen. I forget.
Clearly related somehow to the Cobalt God that you just mentioned.
Potentially.
Therefore, we must.
I'm
go
sure it's a
investigate.
coincidence.
All
Right.
the more reason to get to the mouth
and explore the.
And out of here.
and explore the tunnel to the god.
Nope, we can come back later when we have dropped off our large pile of hot merchandise.
Do we have? Speaking of which, do we figure out a way to carry this?
I mean, I've got animals that can carry things.
Hey,
Between-
Melissa.
drag things.
D'Artagnan. Nice
Get
shot. He's like, oh, that's it, a cardboard box? I'm going back up there.
Stay off the counter.
You got the manpower
No.
for 2,500 pounds.
The owl can take 500, is that correct? 20? 2 pounds?
Owl can take 200. Goats can take 260.
We should not use the goats
I mean,
yet.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Horses can take 300.
Um, trying to think. There's something we could fashion.
I mean, can we make an ice sled?
What if? I'm gonna go over. No, trapped in my bubble. All right, I'm going to drop the bubble because we've agreed that we are going to try to get to the mouth of the cave. Correct? Everyone that has wanted to take a short rest has taken a short rest. It would just be me. Remus, what about you? You good?
I mean, I'm
I got one and two before harvesting.
Okay.
I'm short on hit points.
I could use a short rest. That would fill me up.
Top me off, be a pal.
Okay.
Or
But if we don't want to,
Like, I'm-
like
as long
I've
as we're
still
not
probably
fighting
got more
anyone,
hit
we're
points
good.
than most of you.
Do you have more than 28?
I have 38.
Freaking tanks.
I forgot to check. This might be too late, but
You just took a short rest. You're full up.
I didn't use any hit dice because I wasn't paying attention. But
So
I'm going to.
charge
Can I retroactively roll a hit dice for
That's fine.
During one of the 4 hours, 4 short rests you took.
6?
But none of the rest of us got a short rest, correct?
I guess
Yeah.
you could have two.
You took a short rest.
No,
didn't
because
you?
I was assisting you for the whole.
Yeah, but how long?
You took a short rest.
Is
1 hour.
Oh,
And it took
I don't know
us.
if I would
it
have
took
done
us- It took us the 4 hours to cut up the dragon, right?
Right. Okay.
Well,
So get everything to the top. Take a short rest, then go from there. Everyone good with that plan?
Realistically, I believe that we should get everything to up, set up camp, and just take a long rest.
That's fair.
If we here, what are you? How are you doing for health?
Midland.
I
Three
have
quarters.
a health potion. I will give it to you.
Save
You
it.
can keep it on your person,
Oh,
and if
that's fair.
you get in a dire situation, take it, and if not, I'll take it back once we make camp. It is just a regular
potion.
I wrote health potion. I don't even know if that's the correct name.
Okay.
Right.
Everyone good with that plan?
sounds like a great plan.
All right.
All right.
We will.
I will drop the bubble and I will begin casting Tensor's floating disc.
Okay.
And then as soon as that's complete, I will walk it over so that it's near one of the piles of dragon and cast it again.
Okay.
I'll have 2 of them.
Okay.
What happened to dogs?
Yeah.
We were talking to
So
docs.
Hey, Ashlod. I thought you said you weren't going to kill him.
I did. I did.
Gilo's dead too, isn't he?
You mean dogs? Yeah, you got.
Jules is buddy that was.
Yes.
Are y'all going to kill me?
Not the plan.
Would you believe us if we said no?
Then I'll like put my next.
Why should I trust you?
I see no reason why you should.
If I ask you guys to let me leave, will you let me leave?
Unfortunately, since we have given you no reason to trust us, we have no reason to trust you'll do anything that won't hurt us. Probably not.
What can I do to someone who's killed a god?
Woof. We've got a motorboard.
Oh my gosh. I hate to say this. The dragon is not a god. It's just a beast.
How would you like to serve a metaphorical dragon? I think the same thing.
I just want to go down the tunnel. If I'm gonna go, I can't go back to face my people.
That's fair. I don't understand that.
You want to come with us? I'm the next closest thing to a dragon, and I didn't die.
You're welcome to come.
And
with us.
and I'll appreciate your traps.
He does appreciate your time.
This is what happens when you don't give me a rust monster.
You know, you're not. No.
I appreciate it.
We didn't stop you. You were the one who turned it in.
I don't think that I can go with you guys.
Pretty sure we understand.
If you won't let me go, can you just let me stay here while y'all go, and I'll just go afterwards?
Can I hear this conversation? I'm over by the dragon.
There's a
casting
lot of
spell.
dragons in the sky. You can find another one. You can come with us.
And tell them what?
That is pretty
Hey,
great.
I'm serving you now because my last one died.
I mean,
You can tell whatever you want.
depending on the type of dragon that might feed the ego that he offered to the dragon, then you might really like that.
Really
Do you know where I can find another dragon?
Oh.
And if we did, we'd probably go kill that one too. So we know where we can find a dragon.
We have a
That's
silver
true.
dragon.
We do.
How do you feel about silver dragons? We're in a country that's ruled by a silver dragon.
You are?
Yeah, you could come home with us and you could serve her. She's pretty cool.
What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Your neighbors are having a rave, or this is the weirdest storm I've ever
I
had.
saw a light on that side. Did you guys see a light out that way?
Yeah, it flashed behind it. It kind of
probably
like
headlights.
flashed like lightning. It was really quick. I wouldn't have considered it to be headlights.
Wake up and have the cars right. That's not important.
How would it be in the front end of that?
Just saying, if this is where you feel like your life needs to stop, you wouldn't be the first one to make that decision. And I'll point at
Your dead buddy on the ground.
you gave him choices, and he decided that was what he wanted.
I don't want to die.
That's a pretty normal feeling there.
Do you?
Dragon.
Do you?
Silver dragon.
Silver dragon. Or red and yellow dragon.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that y'all could like talk me up to her?
I mean, I think she's pretty cool. Yeah. And we like.
We did have a fight.
Yeah.
Got her
She
out.
likes us and stuff. We got her married.
Made an entire kingdom angry at us.
Yeah, we didn't kill her son. That
Fair.
was a plus.
That was close.
That was
That
very
was-
close.
that was really close.
Whoever is the forefront of this, go ahead and roll a persuasion check. If
I mean, I
both
can
of y'all are
just write-
tag teaming this, go ahead and roll with advantage.
I do not have. I don't
Okay.
think. If I this is persuasion, yeah, I get a +0.
Okay. then
So
you
I
have
ask,
advantage?
am I close enough that I could overhear this conversation?
So we'll go make a perception check first.
Okay. It's
I don't
totally
know.
fine, but if they're talking
Well-
about this, I would have yeah, I probably would have dropped the spell because I said something to you guys about the silver dragon that we know. I'm
Yeah.
doing that under the
Okay.
impression.
Yeah, we'll say that you were able to hear.
Okay. I will
You're the one.
drop my ritual spell and walk over there and mention the silver dragon.
So yeah, go ahead. You can make it with advantage because
Cool.
you are.
Go for it.
It's all three of you guys doing this.
I swear, Chris, if you botch this.
17.
He rolled a 1. There was no way that he was gonna fail. Like yeah.
Beat him because he rolled a 1. That was a 2.
Okay. So long as y'all aren't gonna kill me. When can we see her?
Oh. So here's the thing, Docs. We have a couple really important things we need to take care of.
Does the marketplace person have any places in?
Florida.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Ask him.
Um,
gonna have
so well, the
Loads of
point
money. We
point
can ask him to send us there.
being,
You recall he said that was one of the places that he wanted to open up.
So maybe we could do that.
So yeah, I mean, maybe it's the point being, I'm trying to tell you that we couldn't go with you, but we could like send a note and like make sure that they know you came from us. and stuff.
How do I get there?
We'll take
Docs,
care of
we
it.
will
We'll
take you back to the city with us. We need
Okay.
to. So we work for the Silver Dragon, as we've
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah.
We are bringing in the White Dragon as a tribute under the command of the Silver Dragon. This is 100% true.
No, I know. I just
That's not what we're wincing at.
Go ahead.
Okay. Not like any dragon I ever heard, but okay.
You served a white dragon and you haven't heard about them like lashing out at other dragons?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we just kind of did it. that was dragon business. Like we're dragons, but they're dragons, and they're a little bit above our pay grade.
Okay. The point remains, we are going to go to the city.
Yeah.
You will come with us. We
Yeah.
will protect you, take you with us. There we have a friend. He has connections. If
Okay.
we cannot, we will make our best effort to accompany you to the Silver Dragon directly. If we cannot, we will leave you in his capable hands with direct orders for him to bring you to her.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me grab my stuff.
You see him walk over, like, to one of the little huts.
That's been burned to a crisp by the ice dragon breath.
He kind of tosses things around a little bit. Gets a little. What's left of his bed, he kind of like breaks the ice off of his little blanket and tosses a few effects in there and just kind of ties it to a stick.
What is it with us and rescuing?
Okay,
Okay.
I got this.
I saved one
Everything
every
that I need.
campaign, every story arc, guys. We saved Red
Oh
Log
gosh, I
last
wonder
arc.
what Revlog's up to right now.
What do
Okay.
we do with Red One?
He
We
ran
set
away.
him loose in the city.
We didn't
after
set him loose.
Paul
We stabbed him.
No, well, we took care of him after that. And
Yeah, I think we
gave-
patched him up,
we
and
gave
then
him-
we're like, get out of here before
He
Paul tries to kill
kills
you.
again.
Yeah.
And he noped out.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
And I mean, we gave him money as well to
Yeah.
start a life, I think. It might not have been
And
much,
planted the
but
seeds of communism in his mind.
yeah.
Okay.
That was key.
So I will go back to casting
Yeah.
Dance's floating disc.
So you get both of those done.
Okay. I'm gonna keep timers up so that I can keep track of. Yeah.
While he's casting tensors, could I go and look at the different bodies? Were they whole and like frozen as statues, or were they more of just like little bits and pieces?
Chunks.
Oh.
Yeah, frozen through and through, just chunks of people that were mostly littered around the actual little protrusion up top, like if it were to have fallen through.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And not a lot, just enough to like you'll see a hand here and a little bit of a torso there.
Wait a minute. Wait. We camped on the mountainside.
Yeah.
The next night we camped was with the kobolds.
Yep.
Is that correct? Okay.
Kobold.
Kobold. Correct.
There's only
I mean, it
one
was
left.
the room that the kobolds were in. Is what I meant. I forgot that we didn't camp in the temple.
No, you did not.
That would have been
Yeah.
interesting.
It would have been a much different setup for that fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have the owl start moving
Okay.
things once. I mean,
So
as soon as
just
I'm
is-
done talking.
I believe that our best plan
I
would
mean,
be
he could be doing that while I'm talking.
Yeah.
to Dusk.
to move as much as we can up to the top of the mountain, as far as we can. Perhaps make a couple trips if we need to. Do I remember how long it took us to hike down there?
It took a couple hours. It was only like an hour from where y'all, or was
From
it?
where we camped?
Yeah, from where you
Okay.
camped, I believe.
So let's maybe make one full trip first to move as much as we can back to where we camped last night.
Okay.
And then from there, start making trips up to the mouth of the cave. Perhaps some of us can remain up there and keep watch over it, while the rest of us make an effort to make a couple more trips and try to get as much as we can and
Okay.
go from there. So I guess we'll load, I cannot lift any of this. Someone could help me load one of these piles onto one of the discs.
I
Perhaps.
will help.
Okay.
Okay. To expedite things, y'all are just trying to get it all the way to the top. So first, y'all are making a stop halfway through.
Yeah.
You're just going to
So
continue
first,
casting.
move everything out of the Dragon Lair area to where we camped.
So you successfully get that done within that first hour. You have the discs set, and they just follow you all the way up, and you offload it. It takes a little bit over the entire hour. So you don't quite make it all the way on, just for the time for loading and the time between.
Right.
I'm trying to think of the other.
Casting the other one.
Yeah.
while
So
one is
you
up.
get about 30 minutes up, and then you have to do the entire thing again.
Okay.
But you managed to make that up, so
So that's 1,000 pounds.
yeah.
How many can your owl carry?
200.
If someone wants to stay up here and keep an eye on this, keep an eye on the tunnel.
It's 2 hours. So y'all are up
You mean in
to
the lair?
7 hours up, with it all being to the spot that you slept. So it's been 7 hours since you last slept.
Yes. So, and we've got, so right now we have 1,000 pounds of the dragon in the room that we slept in.
Mhm.
Okay. So if someone wants to keep an eye on this, well, I'll run back down, recast, drag up another 1,000 pounds. That leaves 700 between the owl, the bag of holding, and someone's.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's
that should be
about,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
500 in the back of holding and 200 Get the owl.
So an hour back, so that's 8 hours plus another 2 hours to get it all back. So that you're up to 10 hours now to get 2,000, and then another 500 in the bag of holding. So y'all.
Now, are we emptying out the bag of holding?
I don't think we really have anything in there really that would take up
I
much
mean-
space and or.
We do 450 in the back.
Right,
holding.
yeah, like
And
there's stuff
one
in
of us
there.
can take an extra 50.
Right, and that way we don't have to worry about it.
Okay. And we'll say if y'all want to spend, y'all have 6 workable hours if y'all want to get a full 8 hours of sleep left of the day that y'all can use to get this back up to the mouth of the cave, which was only about an hour above that as well.
But we
So
don't have the owl anymore.
you
we
don't
won't.
have the owl anymore.
We won't after an hour. Okay. So, what do you guys think? Should we send one person up to the bag of holding to go up on ahead? Should we not risk splitting up at this point?
Personally, I don't like the idea of 1 or 2 people being all by themselves with the possibility of 100 plus kobolds
Okay.
being around.
I don't feel like 100 plus kobolds could be quiet though.
They don't have to be quiet to kill us.
Do we
I'm a
want?
dragon. Ish.
If we can move past your ego for a moment.
And something, just minor event that happens.
The ground troubles and roll.
As y'all are making these treks back and forth, Doc's at one point as he walks past Gilo. He kind of looks at him and drags him over to the tunnel and props his body up against the tunnel. And just slightly inside.
Will he let me help him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you. So he does that on the first trip up with you guys.
We have the oddest batch of morals.
Second trip up,
Gotta go.
body is gone.
Oh.
What?
What?
Gilo's body is gone.
Second trip up, by the time that they get everything up, come back
Do we hear
and
any more
start coming.
tremors?
You did not.
Can I check the
Wait, what?
Elo's body is gone when we come back for the second trip. There was no tremors, but the body is gone. And it was put at the path down to where they think their god is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Docs, does your deity come up to this point of the cave to retrieve your fallen
heroes.
brothers?
I've never seen them. I've never seen anything that goes towards us in the cave. I only ever see people walk into the cave.
Do I see any tracks? Like just not going in too very far, but just like from where his body was.
You can either roll a perception, or you can roll an investigation if you want to actually get in and kind of.
Not a survival? Okay.
Oh,
I guess I'll go.
it's tracks. Go ahead. You can do survival.
I mean, it doesn't matter much. It's the same for perception or survival.
Go 2 trips. each
13.
time. You
Crap.
can do £1,000 on the discs and 350 in the bag of holding. Dump all of that.
You
into
just
the
see
and then go and retrieve.
you
the
see
other
drag
1,000
marks
and get
up
the
until the
350.
point where they propped up
You
Gilo,
should be able to
Okay.
do everything.
and you
in 2
see
trips each time, and that will
2 sets
allow
of
for
footprints that lead up to it and back out.
some of our party to remain
Are the
with
footprints?
what we drop off. in the
Humanoid.
first
They're
trip.
humanoid. Okay. Are they bigger
Because
than
we're
mine?
only
Footprints.
myself and one person.
I
How big are
holding.
halfling foot?
I am very small.
Big.
I am half of a normal human height. I am
Yes,
2'8".
you are, but you have big
Halfling
feet.
Between
I have no idea what's halfling big.
They
Halflings are hobbits.
they
That's true.
look
The hobbits do have big
they
feet.
look small and slender,
Small and slender. Do they look like
but normal human sized,
so not kobold size?
not kobold sized. And the
Cool.
shape
Yeah.
of a barefoot person,
And it's bipedal?
bipedal.
And how many toes? Does it have like 5 toes?
It looks human.
I want to go down as Caleb, not as Ramus. No, actually, both of us. What on Do I smell anything different, like in the tunnel? Does it smell musty?
That was a perception check, just because you said it was going to be perception
It
or
it's
survival.
it's the same as for perception or survival.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know which way.
Take your pick.
Okay. Well, I guess if I was looking for tracks, I guess that would be survival.
It'd be closer to survival.
So
As for the smell, it smells.
It smells.
It smells stale
And then
and
something on top.
just stale and like musty. You don't smell anything. It doesn't smell like much air
Me
gets
too.
down there. Like there's not much movement.
I wonder if Dox's might
Oh.
have some sort of slaves.
Wow.
They kind of in the wrong direction now.
Well, you're tempting me.
Probably when I do that thing. I mean, honestly, we could probably just push them down the hill. Also, we go wrong.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Guys, is anyone else curious where Gilo's
Gilo's
Yeah,
body what?
Gilo's body is?
God took him. Let's go.
The god has very tiny footprints.
But the god probably has servants, like all gods have worshippers and stuff. Probably a little pack of gnomes.
Super down here, though.
It could. It's probably not a human. Humans
don't have
wouldn't
any
want
humans.
to walk
That's weird.
barefoot.
We
in-
lost our one.
What's a human?
We lost our one human.
We don't like them anyway.
Who was that one human?
JJ.
Oh, that's right.
Basic human fighter. Gross.
So cliche.
He was really cool.
All right.
Do we want to try to make any more progress tonight?
How much of the progress have we made again?
We are 1 hour up out of 4, approximately.
I'm sorry. Can you reword that?
The distance from
distance-wise.
Dragon
One.
Lair to Mouth of Cave.
Is 1 hour.
1 hour in, out, and how many remaining is what I was looking for specifically.
Oh no, it's about an hour back up top. I thought, was it not? Was it?
I
longer than that?
don't remember. That's why
I thought it was. I thought it was
I thought-
only. I thought it was an hour in and then an hour all the way down.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
So theoretically, we could work for another 4 more hours and get to the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
I think that would probably be our best bet.
I like it.
I
I believe it was longer before because y'all were sneaking about.
Okay. I would say then, I will load 2. We could load 2 more discs in the bag of holding. Maybe Fractal and Fire remain here and guard what we can't load up this time, and then Remus, Aldrich, and Ashlag and I will take this load up and then deposit it there. I will come back down and you and Fire will accompany me on the second trip up.
Cool.
And that way, nothing's left unguarded, but we have
Alright.
the bulk of our force towards the front because that's the most likely place for us to encounter resistance.
I like it.
Okay.
All right,
Do
we'll do it.
Okay. So y'all successfully burn. It was 4 hours to get everything up top, and as y'all arrive, because it's multiple trips, as y'all arrive to the mouth of the cave, you'll see scattered about what appears to be a campsite that was made. Bodies partially frozen about the campsite.
Is it? I'm guessing it's close to dusk, if not about dusk by now.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is
The-
dusk, so it would
What?
be like 12 hours. So yeah, y'all are just about out of sunlight. So not there. There's not a fire going. It is simply
bodies.
No.
you see
It's maybe it's not
parts of
bodies.
body. Yeah. There are frozen bits of body scattered about.
But not like any
not
single
whole.
whole dead people.
No. Almost looks like a bite chunk taken out of it, and
Right.
Messy eater.
yeah.
Is there any torchlight coming up the side of the mountain?
Are y'all actually entering into the room itself?
I think so.
I would like to, once we offload, I think that we should camp just outside of the temple, still in the ice tunnel. I think
Behind
would be
the
the
wall.
best place, behind the wall, right?
I
So we're
got it.
a little
I
bit more
like that
hidden,
idea.
a little bit easier of a position to guard. For those of us that are remaining. through the
Okay,
second trip.
so you're
But once
you're
we
gonna bring
offload
it out
everything, I would,
through the front.
we're gonna leave it in the ice corridor at the back of the temple.
Okay.
We're not going to bring the dragon parts out of there. But once we have everything offloaded, I would like to stealth out to where I would like to sneak out of the front of the chapel so I can look out down the path to see if I can see any encampments or anything set up.
Okay. Sounds good. So you offload everything the first time. You offload everything the second time.
I wanted to do it after the first trip, before I go back down. I just want to just sneak out to the end of the temple real quick, look down the mountain,
Go
see
ahead.
if I can see.
Go ahead and roll stealth, so you can sneak out to the front.
Why are all my dice in my dice box and I'm rolling into my cardboard box?
Add a D4.
Neat.
You're with him?
Okay.
But not going with me.
Oh, is that it?
You can do it to your self, I guess, or whatever.
I guess.
I'm gonna save it for my perception because it's a whole
I
lot
think-
worse
I think you get the-
than
It's
myself.
sitting right on your back.
That makes me.
Interesting.
That makes very much sense.
All right, so that's a 21, or no, I'm sorry, 20 for stealth.
20 for stealth. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. And
then perception to look out to find people, or
not
not necessary for a roll, or
go ahead and roll a perception as you walk out.
I'm gonna use luck. I'm gonna set you up so I don't forget what it was.
Yeah.
11.
We're rocking it, guys.
We are.
Hey, at least we're not like rolling nat 20s on the ones that don't matter anymore.
That is.
No, we're just rolling that one, the ones that do.
Okay. As you
But we
It's
managed
so
to get-
frustrating to be a low perception character.
There's cherry
It's
coke
true.
and Dr. Pepper in the fridge.
But think of it
as
this
you
way.
peek your head out,
He's fine.
as you peek your head out, can you go ahead and roll a strength save?
Oh, my.
Whoa, language.
This is quite unfortunate.
This is the PG version.
This is like good place kind of thing.
Sweet, that's a 3.
Now might be a time for luck. Cough.
Yeah, that was my last luck point.
Okay.
So.
Wait, already?
Because we haven't
I-
rested.
Yeah, I used 2 in the fight
Yeah.
against the dragon.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Bollocks.
okay.
Goodbye.
Nice knowing you guys.
It's been fun.
As you lean up against the wall to kind of peek out and around,
You are a very cool
you
character.
feel your leg click up against a rope of some kind.
Oh,
and
no.
before you're able to kind of get out of the way, a net comes up from below and grabs you up, and you are now suspended, hung by a net.
We're.
But I'm
we're
at the
watching,
entrance to
right?
the cave, so they can see this happen to me.
They can. So those of y'all who have made the trek up,
It
I don't
was-
remember.
So
if I
all
did
of
or
us,
not.
Everyone
all
but
of us except
Fractal and Fire
Fractal and
remained.
Oh.
No. All of us except those two.
That's why I said
With-
fractal and fire remained down
Oh.
down the top.
Gotcha.
Doc stayed with me.
I have no idea what Docs did. I didn't designate them for anything.
I'm teaching you more about traps.
Okay.
Be sure I have
Um,
people with me that would do with darkness.
So yeah, you have become restrained.
Can I throw a
I-
How
javelin?
is
Hey, can I shoot?
Is there like a
how is the light situation?
The light is the light of day is very much gone at this point because it has been 12 hours after the first trip and it is going into the winter months, so it should be close to dusk if not already past.
Okay.
Um,
So visibility is very limited. for those of us who
visibility
don't
is
have dark
limited for those of y'all who do not have dark sight.
sight. Me and only me.
And it is
This thing didn't hurt me at all, right?
it did not hurt you. You are just currently restrained.
Were you gonna do something?
Yeah, I was gonna throw a javelin and try and snap some.
Okay. So
For the record, I
what
would
is
pull my
the
crossbow up, but you beat me to the punch.
I was about to say 100 foot is how far it
100
is
feet up?
to the entrance of this thing. It is a large
Wait, it's 100 feet up.
no 100 foot out.
From
From
the
where you're
ice wall to
standing.
where I went. The length of the chapel building.
Because we didn't follow him, you had to stealth.
Oh.
I mean, you can stealth out if you want. There's not necessarily a reason for you to have done that earlier.
I was standing there watching because I cast guidance on him. So
Oh, so you're already out there.
no,
Yeah,
I was
um,
I didn't follow him.
Oh, you
like
cast
with the-
guidance on the stealth.
Yeah.
He's
No,
like with the
I
ice wall.
cast guidance on him before he stealth.
He cast
But he
guidance
didn't
on me, I stealth, and then I used it for my perception check, which
Okay.
never really mattered because net.
Okay.
Well, it could have mattered.
Not likely.
I couldn't see my-
Okay.
What's an 11? Right.
Yeah.
Mm,
If y'all would like to do something, you may.
Do you glow? Like
I'm gonna
No,
go ahead
We
and
all
shoot.
go down here.
No, I don't.
You threw are you gonna throw the javelin?
I was
you
gonna
have to
say
get
like
really close.
I could
I'm gonna
take
go
a
ahead and
shot,
shoot a
but I
crossbow
can't
bolt.
see.
Okay.
So I
after
hear the sound go off.
And I,
So I'm 100 feet away.
Aim for the
You're
noises.
100 foot away.
Can I move 20 feet up before shooting?
Aim directly at
You
the
can.
noises.
You'll
Move
be.
out into uncovered
Yeah.
territory.
I will just.
What are we?
I mean, can I just take an Eldritch Blast at the net above
Oh,
me?
yeah, let him
Oh.
take care of himself.
Hey,
You can.
How high am I up off the ground?
The entrance to the actual building is like 15 foot up. It's not too
15 feet up.
but I mean it is a net. You're hanging about 10 foot off the ground.
Right. I just like in my mind I was like, oh, I'm only gonna drop 15 feet. That sounds really painful. Out of curiosity, did I see anything campfire wise? Can I see anything from my new vantage point?
You hear laughter.
Horag, is that you?
You dumb piece of crap. That wasn't meant for you.
This net is a little small to be catching a dragon, don't you think?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I was kind of expecting to, catch a few more of you.
Oh, do you mean the kobolds?
Yes, the kobolds. There are kobolds down there.
Yes.
Well, I'm assuming that you're alive, meaning that you've killed the dragons.
You're a bright one.
Yep.
Yeah. But there's still hags, which might be more your speed.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, you killed them already. That is impressive.
No, hags are taken care of by someone else.
Oh, Horag, before I forget, I had
Yeah.
a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you were saying that you would pay, that you had a friend who would buy drow skin? Do they buy kobold skin as well? I mean, I know it's smaller, so it would fetch a much lower price. But still kind of the same concept, right?
So while you're having this conversation, Horag does make his way around.
Like hanging upside down, swinging back and forth, and bartering.
Horak makes his way around, and you see two of his beasts.
I
circle
thought he only had
around
two.
him.
Yeah, he does have to.
We have, yes.
Okay.
Circle around, and they are at his side. Yeah. So about that, I think I'm gonna try and take the dragon instead.
Yeah, but we already killed it.
I do appreciate that.
Is it another dragon?
You tell me. You were the one down there. Was there more than one?
No, it just, well, I didn't see another one.
Where are your friends?
The kobolds? They're not my friends,
Mm.
but they are down there. I think they said that there were maybe 190 remaining. Not that that should be a concern for you because they're pretty easy to kill. They pretty much evaporate with a punch to the face.
I'm not worried about the kobolds.
Well, then you should be fine.
Okay. Anyone else in there? Anyone?
Wait. Oh, Horeg, are you saying that you're going to kill me and then take the dragon from me?
I'm gonna try.
Is that how you won the hunt last year? Did you not actually kill? That's why the hags didn't actually. Huh.
Yeah, kind of giving me a bad name, aren't they?
Oh, well, I mean, you could pawn it off on the real person that killed the hags if you wanted to ruin their reputation instead, but I guess that still wouldn't do good things for your reputation at this point, now would it?
You see, I pay a lot. I get paid a lot to have a good reputation. So,
Did I
how
write
about
down anywhere?
how about I work out a deal with you? You let me have the dragon.
Right, tempting.
I keep y'all alive, and y'all. I tell you what. I'll even let you split half and half with the bounty.
Ironically, isn't that what I offered you when we first started this hunt?
Yeah. And this way I didn't have to risk my life. But I still get half the gold and all the glory.
I don't really understand, but then why didn't you just take us up on the offer back then?
Gonna take it?
What are my alternatives?
Well, Jojo over here.
I'm sorry. What?
This one's named Jojo.
What's the other one's name?
Bizarre
Is it
adventure.
more intimidating?
Just Joe.
Joe and Jojo. What do you call Jojo for short? Does he have a nickname?
No, I actually just mostly refer to it as Jojo Joe.
Right.
I love how John is making prank names for the characters that are going to kill us.
Interesting. Sorry, continue. You were saying Jojo wanted something.
So unfortunately, she was a little bit hungry and got here, and everything's already frozen.
Right, the dragon ate the hunters that came.
It's unfortunate, but they were stupid.
Yeah, it did seem that they didn't really make the best of choices. Where did you camp for the night? Were you just outside the temple? Did you see the dragon come and eat them?
Oh, yeah. No way I was actually going to get involved in that. I can't kill him by myself.
Right.
I'm at least smart enough to know that.
Right.
However,
So, wait, time out for just a moment. So you know that you are incapable of killing the dragon by yourself.
Yep.
But you think it's a good idea to threaten the ones that just did kill the dragon.
You're looking awfully tired up there.
Actually, he looks very well rested.
Yeah. I mean, I do kind of see a point. I think it's a gamble, but I guess if you're a gambling man, then how about we just roll dice for this instead?
You know what? I like you. We're gonna go ahead. I'm all for a gambling man. You see him take out a gold piece, flips it up in the air.
Can we actually like the however many of us?
Y'all
the
can
three of
hear
us,
it.
Can we see?
Y'all can hear.
Probably not
For
see unless
those
you wanna
Horag, I did want to ask, is this, just out of curiosity, is this something that commonly happens in the hunt where the hunters are just like, rather than hunting something, they just kill other hunters and take what they have? It seems like if this was a common occurrence, it would be to the detriment of the kingdom. So I'm guessing this is something that's not officially sanctioned. Is that correct?
Flips the coin.
I feel like I've run my course.
Yep, I've decided. With that, he is going to take out
me. Take me out.
He is going to. Can those be thrown? They can't be thrown. Well, looks like we have another choice. He's going to take out his axe and he's going to chop at the line and drop you the 10 foot.
Interesting.
Because
the ceiling is 15 feet up, but I was not squished up against the ceiling.
Okay, so every 10 foot. So you take 1 damage from that.
As I fall, I say goodbye, and once I hit the ground, I disappear.
It's fair. Okay. I was about to say, depending on how y'all want to play this, we can all roll for initiative for the ones who are here. Or, if y'all don't have any intention of actually fighting him out this way, we can settle this another way. So I will leave that up to y'all. I do not know which way y'all want to go.
I'm not planning on giving up the meat after all of it.
So after you disappear, what do you do?
I teleport 60 feet towards you guys,
Okay.
and I'm gone for the next 6 seconds.
Okay.
So if you guys act,
I would wait until I saw Missouri again.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to make sure that
So,
like have a knife at his throat. So we come around the corner like, stop! Oh, you have my friend. Okay, well.
so y'all see come into your vision right at the edge of your vision and your vision.
So here's the question.
Yep.
Because I don't know how this works. Well, I mean, I know how it works, but I don't know how it meshes into any other actions. I turn invisible and teleport 60 feet and remain invisible until the start of my next turn. Can I, as the start of my next turn, stealth? Like, can I set it up in such a way that I teleport to a place where I'm going to try and then hide or something like that?
There's
Time?
This
If you
map
say
brought
it's time.
to you by Jonathan Forge.
Gosh. I swear, you guys. I time these things better in my head.
I'm just
I
bummed
feel
that I already wasted my darkness spell for the day. Misty Escape. It's not a spell, it's a patron gift.
Ooh.
Sorry.
That's
You
very
remember
cute.
that to me.
Okay. And it is once per any rest, which is nice. Look back over short
don't.
rest.
Okay.
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 So, let's
Let me come
actually
back.
get here.
How are you?
So remind me again what I'm waiting for
How
down
are you
there.
looking?
I
Before
just
we
I'm just
come
waiting
in?
for the
slapped
rest of the meat,
myself
right?
for another second level cure
Guarding
wounds.
it, yeah.
So I'm at
Unfortunately.
28 out of 42, so I'm
I should have waited
pretty good. I suppose.
That's
to
not
go
good.
check. I was kind of hoping that, like, it's okay. Horeg was still working his way up the mountain. I don't know why I thought that it took him an extra 12 hours to get there.
Okay.
I mean, we did get teleported.
You don't need my help. It'll be all right.
We'll be fine. We'll probably going to be fine. We've
Something that you would have noticed,
we've got the clarity.
because I have decided that the way that I'm going to burn time while I draw things is I'm going to tell you what you would have seen, Chris, whenever.
Uh-oh.
You
Uh,
guys would know that.
What?
I don't have Revivify right now.
Oops.
so whenever you saw Horag this time, he was looking a little bit different. Nicer. I was gonna say dreads. Is that right for clothes?
Dressed.
Duds?
That's
Nicer
Yeah.
dreads.
yeah.
He did his hair up nice
Yeah, no joke.
Dwarven-y.
So as you see him, he has these clothes that seem to sparkle. This armor that seems to sparkle. It seems to be made of white dragon scales.
Or white dragonborn scales.
Hey, that's up to you, man. Okay, so
You killed your cousin Kenny.
And we got him on the other black market.
The other black market.
Black dragon market.
okay, so we
Oh,
have
jeez.
a campfire. I don't know how I'm gonna denote this. So we're gonna do campfire. We're gonna have tent. I'm terrible at tents, guys. I apologize.
Is that gonna be intense?
Yeah,
Wow.
basically.
You're done.
Okay.
Don't stop.
How's my cat?
And
G4G.
yeah, this is fun. Um, I don't know how to draw, guys. This is all the way back, all the way back. Okay, so
Are you happy boy? Yeah.
okay, guys. So
Oh boy.
what we got here? Podium. Yeah, I can draw.
Skittles of an
Are these pews?
Skills of an artist. Huh? Pews. Yeah. So we have.
I like that meme.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No, what? Whatever is wrong?
It's in the code.
What's in the
The displacer beast in Horak.
Oh, you should go get him. He's in the bathroom.
Are we actually gonna find it?
We're not gonna find it right now. No, that'd be a terrible idea because it's just starting to get. Yeah,
Because it's just like.
it's just starting to get done. But
No, I don't. I mean, like, are we in a state? Like,
it's a good question. So actually,
I didn't mean like.
I'm
is
not
it
gonna
too
grab it because if y'all choose to fight them, it's probably gonna be next week that we actually do the fight. So we're just
Yeah,
gonna,
we can take him out in 30 minutes.
I mean,
Okay.
if we did legitimately 5-second rounds, we probably could.
Yeah. I was meaning, are we in a state to fight them as characters?
Okay.
I mean, I'm almost full up. Like, the only thing I'm missing is luck and my darkness spell.
I
And now
have
Misty
2
Escape.
first level spells, so
And
I'm
that's it?
useless, and I'm at that posh.
Okay.
You should just leave now.
So
You could just go and get a friend.
So either we're starting combat round and I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative and then we can get it resolved and everyone's situated and then in for the night.
So, I don't necessarily want to initiate combat, but I want to know, like,
So this is your battlefield that you have to start out with.
Okay. So,
So-
here's my question.
Where would misery be?
yeah,
Yeah.
where's Missouri?
So I can. Where's my mini?
In the books.
Side of a notebox. I'll mail that misery to myself. So I was here probably.
Yeah.
So
You can-
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Is that
Can I not count?
No, you can't count.
65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95?
So starting from here.
Okay.
So
So 5,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60, 60. What is
Shouldn't
this?
it be 40
like
feet from
campfire.
us, though?
campfire.
Oh, I guess you're 100.
And technically y'all are behind y'all are still ish.
Oh,
behind.
that's Horag.
Yes. is
I
there-
thought we were
We're
over here.
behind us.
I am leaving you guys.
I was so confused. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's Horag up over there. Y'all are behind the ice wall over that way.
Okay.
So
I feel like I drew a halfway decent circle, guys.
into there,
That is
perhaps.
good, yeah.
Is that a tent?
A tent.
So if you,
Okay.
yeah.
So I will teleport to here, and I guess peek out around the corner. Does it look like as soon as I disappear, what kind of reaction do I get from them?
From
From
these guys,
from Horag and the Displacers.
you hear Horag whistle, and the displacer beasts kind of get ready at attention, and they're about to pounce in after you.
Okay. So those are the ones that can turn it. I don't know anything about Displacers. I'm not metagame. 5, 10, 15. Is this any sort of obstacle that I need to?
It's a podium, says raised.
Yeah, it's just raised.
Okay,
There's a slight,
like a couple steps. It's not
Yeah.
going to cost me extra movement or anything. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So then I guess
and as a reminder, there is
He looks like
a large opening at the top of this dome.
just sticking a book with a smudge goblin cat.
so. I guess I will. If he doesn't do anything other than whistle, they don't like come in to pursue me yet. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take my next turn then to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here. And
So
Summon greater demon.
y'all do see what y'all would be seeing is you would see him come out of the tent.
Okay.
And start booking it back towards you. Probably a little bit frantic looking.
yeah, and I will take out the sending stone.
Yep.
And
I was gonna ask if we actually sent that.
I
message
did
or
not, and I'm going to now. And I will say, Your Highness, we slayed a dragon, working on retrieving it. A dwarf named Horag is attempting to kill us for it. Hopefully we don't die. Toodles.
Well done.
And I say that, is it, when I cast sending, is it like audible?
It is in the same medium that you gave it in, I believe.
Yeah, I think.
No, I mean like,
Like,
am
does
I
he have to
am I
talk out loud?
talking out loud to
So
to
you-
do this?
I do not believe you have to talk out loud. So if you
I will.
Oh,
Yeah.
go for it.
I feel like that is an advantage for
Yeah.
Horag to know what I'm doing in
Yeah.
this instance.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Misery's train of thought. So I will shout it out as I cast the spell, cast the sending.
Doodles.
go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Hey,
Auto.
Root.
done.
That would have been bad, Stephen. You should not have water.
You should not drink water.
Yeah, do not hydration. Not
It's
good.
really bad for you.
What dice do I want to use? You.
Yeah.
Come on, Aladdin.
Hey.
17. So that's a 23.
Yeah.
Dang. Thanks, huh? Dang, having a face.
It's nice to have.
Okay.
Favorite thing to have. That was very creepy.
I am so glad that I didn't use that sending stone earlier today because I forgot.
That is good.
Although it probably would have, well, I guess it depends on if the king knows that people habitually kill each
Right.
other for their
I'm
prizes.
sure he doesn't care.
You'd
He
think
was-
he'd care less.
He literally sold his daughter off to forge an alliance with another country.
Yeah, but
That's normal behavior.
That's normal.
That's
royal
true.
behavior. That's not necessarily.
Well,
That doesn't
At
mean
least in our world.
What's going on, Ron?
You
That's
hear a
the end of the
response in your
turn.
head, and it says, "Good luck."
Son of a gun.
John just
Um,
really wants this fight to happen.
Horag, on the other hand, you hear another couple whistles.
Was it a male or a female voice? that
It was a
responded?
male
It
voice.
was a male. Okay, so it's the one that responded.
That's interesting.
Horag, on the other hand, stutters on his step forward. You know what? I think there are better places for this. I'll wait for y'all to get closer. And whistles again and slowly backs off.
All right. Now, Horag.
Okay.
Well, then I'm just gonna. He's gone.
Okay.
I'm legit doing my creepy like peek around the side, thaumaturgy my eyes go
You
out.
saw him. You see him and his dogs walk off to the side.
Like just to the side from the door.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that went so much better than I thought it would. Well, so much worse than I thought it would when I was up in the net, and then so much better than I thought it would once he walked away.
He walks away for now. Like,
Right.
would have maybe preferred to face him.
In the dark with our cleric at 2 spell slots does not really sound preferable to me.
No, but I don't know. It's still going to be at a disadvantage every time from now on. Yeah.
You want me to go chase after him?
I don't know. I was kind of tempted to myself.
Do it then. If you think it's the
I
right
don't
call.
really want to face him into this place or be spun.
You
I
won't
mean,
feel-
I
you
can
won't
go
feel
with
it.
you if you'd like.
I will go with you.
I
I will support whatever you choose.
If you like.
don't really think it's a good idea, but I understand if you want to. and
Guys,
I am listening very carefully.
That flash might have been a meteorite.
What?
Right.
What?
Me.
That's a big meteorite to.
Ben died, checked in. We survived the meteorite. Someone said, wait, what? Osborne, responding to someone, reports and videos confirming a meteorite crashed and could be heard from Troy to St. Peter's. It was seen/heard in Pacific 2.
Wait,
Woo! Let's go find it, guys.
Wait,
I'm making a sword.
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, like it crashed?
Yeah,
Oh.
not a good pilot.
I'm
Guys,
making a sword.
This is
guys.
literally how
Space.
so many sci-fi, monster,
Yep.
and zombie
Guys,
apocalypse movies start.
Superman
Here we
is
go.
here.
I don't think any zombie apocalypse movies start with meteorites.
Listen, the important thing is
COD zombies.
it's Boogaloo time.
Whoa.
As you were.
Guys,
Okay.
we might not have D&D in like 2 weeks because we might all be superhumans.
I take
we're
it
dead.
back. In other important news, it's Loki. The name of the cat is Loki
They named him Loki.
I thought you were talking about
because
the
of the
meteorite.
horns.
I did too. I was like, that is fitting and also a little bit creepier. Right. So, here's the thing. We just put Horag's reputation under huge question with the leadership of the country. That's at least going to work in our favor a little bit, hopefully. Do you guys want to guard this, see if he comes back while I run down and retrieve Fractal and Fire and Docs and the rest of
Maybe
the
I
dragon?
should be the one to run back. Because if you pass around this corner, you're the only one at full health.
Yeah.
Let's have
I'm
some
the
fun
also
here.
the only one that can cast Tensor's Floating Disc, which is the reason I was thinking I would be the one to go back.
Let's have some fun here.
Call him back.
All right, we changed our minds. We want to fight. I mean, come get this dragon skin for free.
You go retrieve Remus and Fractal.
I'm right here.
Why are you here?
Fire and fire.
Fire and Fractal.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys think you can hold down this doorway for another 2 hours? There's a good chance that Horik doesn't know that we're going to leave. He probably doesn't think that we're split up right now anyway. He's probably spying on us with magic. He probably knows. I'm saying this. It's almost like his persona is connected to an all-knowing DM.
Is that one of the gods of this universe?
Yes.
Okay.
Of Texas.
Can I?
The Texan god.
The mystical fantasy land of Texas.
I want
His
to
relic is just like a
take.
6-shooter.
The holy 6-shooter of DM fatality.
I want to step out.
Okay.
Where was the trap that?
It was right at the mouth of the exit.
Okay, and what path did you take?
I would imagine
I would have
either around the edge or through the middle. As well.
around the edge, unless it was like really shadowy in the middle. But I was trying to be sneaky and not seen, so.
Okay.
But you did see him appear back out through the middle to come back.
Yeah.
So I would, from everything I've seen, that's probably the only trap.
Probably.
I will just do a cursory glance and look for traps. Just from where I'm at.
From where you're at.
I ain't going back out there. Squishy. Squishy, squishy.
Those who want to do a cursory glance for traps, go ahead and
Perception if
roll,
I'm not.
roll for perception.
Our heads all poke out like
I know.
16.
Yeah, that's about right. So that's a 4.
I see nothing.
11. Shoot, because I have disadvantage.
What is wrong with you guys?
Is this investigation?
It's a 9.
No, you would have to actually go out for investigation.
Perception.
I rolled a 17 for my intimidation check. That's pretty good.
I
That's
love
also
it.
the only roll I've
9.
gotten today that was above a 9.
Y'all see exactly what I described. Y'all see a campsite that seems to
Just
have
set them
been
down.
torn,
2 and a 6.
torn to pieces, partial icy statues.
He said that he was counting on it catching more of
Right.
us. So it kind of implies that it was the only one that he was setting. But it's also really stupid to underestimate such a colossal idiot. So is he thinking, I can't kill the dragon, but I can kill the 6 people that did just kill the dragon?
So we're essentially down to one person, right?
Essentially, yes. We are missing Fractal. As
But
far
like
as
in terms of
players.
like, could the whole party take him? We're essentially down to
Oh.
one person.
We could totally.
I mean, I
kill him
still
if we
have
had all 6 of
normal
us.
weapons like you guys have. I'm not useless.
Unlike me when I'm out of spells. All 2 of them.
I'm not very helpful when it's this dark out. Just as
I could make it much brighter by setting this whole place on
that would be pretty epic, and I would be able to see very well.
So do we?
What is
think-
this? This temple's made out of stone?
Stone.
I will not be able to set this place on fire. I do not have a meld stone to fire spell. Still working on learning.
What does the group think should? Would you rather not face him? Then?
Yes. I think that out of all our options, it's probably the worst to fight him right
Why?
now when we are not at 100%.
Well, not at 100%, but like you said, you think we can take him anyway, and this way we're facing him not with a bunch of other
I
people
don't-
also coming and laden with dragon stuff in the middle of the wilderness.
I think that we could take him at full strength. I don't know if we could take him with the 4 of us right now. I honestly don't know.
A lot of us are at half health.
But I
too.
honestly
3 of us
So
are-
while
nothing
you were
about him.
trapped in the net, I downed a bunch of health potions, and I'm at like almost. Because you are trapped in the net.
I am pretty close to full as well.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
I'm 28 out of 40.
So
I just
What?
enjoy the fact that both of them are sitting back there and they're like, "What's that?"
Let's
So what we could
it's
do,
playtime.
what we could do, because he probably won't go far, what we could do is go retrieve the rest of the dragon, retrieve the rest of our party, then have some of the party camp here, and those of us that feel confident in going and attacking Borag go. And that way, at least, we're not leaving without two of our party members
Right.
and the rest of the dragon and who knows what. Or what we could do is I could set up the dome here, and then, unfortunately, I would have to stay here. But the rest of you could venture forth, attack Borag. If it looks like it's not going very well, you could retreat. Safety of the dome, 8 hours, better than nothing. And we still have all the dragon up here. Plus, we would also have Fractal. If you want to pursue him this evening, I think that that would be our best option.
Can you put the meat in the dome?
Yeah.
Do you want to cast the dome around the meat?
Can't
I
leave.
would
Yeah,
accept
you stay
that.
there and we all go back. Well, I
But then
guess-
you guys are going to have to drag up 1,000 pounds of dragon meat without the magical meat that I was using.
How?
Which is okay if you guys are okay with that, but then I think at that rate, we must expect that we are not going to attempt to combat Horag tonight. What we could do is make an attempt to ambush him wherever he's encamped. I don't personally have magical means of tracking him. Remus is a good tracker. He could probably follow the tracks. It's snowy outside. Probably not dragging a pine brush behind him as he walks. To cover the tracks, like in 101 Dalmatians.
Yes, thank you.
Favorite
that's an
favorite play
excellent
of
plan.
mine from back in time. Way back in time. That's a good one. That would be my recommendation.
Okay, let's start with getting.
Okay.
Well, but if we, I would almost say let's start with plugging the 1,000 pounds of dragon meat up here without your magical means, so that we make sure that in case something does happen, we still have access to your magical means.
How do we do
I'm a
that?
little bit confused. What do you mean?
Well, you.
It doesn't use up my it's the ritual spells.
Oh right, they take forever.
It will
would
take me
be-
approximately 2 hours.
Like
to
the
go
only
down
other
and
option we
retrieve it, come back.
have, as far as getting the last 1,000 pounds up, we could use Fractal's animals.
We could, but then we don't have
Then
the
we don't
benefit of
have
them.
them
We
for
don't
the
have
rest
them.
of getting them done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then we have.
I still think that this is our best option. I think that the three of you at the very least should be able to hold this choke point,
Yes, we
For a
can
little
hold
bit,
the choke point.
especially since he seems to be not intent on attacking
Okay,
anybody.
okay, go. I'll sit here.
I shall depart with haste.
Okay.
Before I go, we should remove what dragon pots are in the bag of holding. Well, how much do we leave? Just the 1,000 pounds back at the other place?
I believe so. Y'all took the bag of holding with you, and you took 2 Tensor's discs up. So you should just have 1,000 pounds left.
So, put the dragon head maybe in the bag of holding, just so that it's safe from Horag if he does.
Okay.
po-
Kill us?
Well, if he attacks and you have to flee, and they'll probably die, but you're pretty fast. You might probably be able to outrun. Or maybe
No,
he-
that's a good idea. Let's do this. Let's do this.
It's just a thought. It's hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Sit here with my
Um,
dragon head.
I would give you my health potion to hang on to, but I gave it to Fractal.
Okay, so not two more.
I have a quarterstaff if you'd like, or a small knife. It's not a weapon so much as like a butter knife.
X.
Right.
Good.
That's a good point. I have 3. No, those are cantrips, not caltrips.
Just go get the meat. We'll be
I will
fine.
go.
Yeah.
And I will.
I was, and this will be a question for afterwards. How much of your conversation did you relay to everyone else concerning you and Red-Eyed Man? Was it You said all of it,
Mhm.
including the bits about specifically directed at her and she would be able to use it the best. Okay, I was just curious.
The DM's got a point. You could equip the motor ball and go. kill the
Yeah, no,
rider.
go.
Just saying. You know, you seem to have something. I wouldn't necessarily say against the gods, but you don't seem to be fully in favor of them. You might find that becoming one and killing the others yourself might be what you were destined to do. It might be your path. Just something to consider.
Evil campaign.
I was
Evil
like,
campaign.
that sounds so close to Azariah that it's a little uncomfortable.
Food for thought. I will return with fractal and fire, hopefully.
Want to rid the world of undead? Just become the most strong undead and kill the rest of them.
It's an option.
Logic is flawless.
And I will
It would work.
return
Let's just
to Fractal,
pull a Kratos
Okay.
on this.
briefly update him on the situation. Horag is trying to kill us,
Vegas.
like we kind of suspected he might.
See that, Docs? That is a master trap.
Are you pointing at me or
I'm
Horag?
talking to Docs
About horror.
about Horag.
Docs, he caught me in a net. I didn't even see it.
Net.
A net scooped me up 10 feet off the ground.
Can I see it?
Yeah, we'll be going up there presently.
Sweet.
Do you want to,
Guess we're gonna get that corporate
Docs,
too.
would you like to ride on Fractal's back?
Will he let me?
Dragons rarely let people ride on their backs, but I'll make an exception for another dragon. So yes.
Okay.
So yes, in case that wasn't clear,
That's a yes.
where we're going with this. All right, and I'll do the discs.
Okay. So we will end with y'all having.
Listening very,
Transported.
very carefully.
We will
Can
end.
can we go slightly further?
How much further would you like to go?
Not a ton.
2
Okay.
minutes for.
Okay.
So
up to you guys.
so we
what
make
if
it-
Y'all make it up.
we make it back without.
Y'all
without
make
issue?
it back. If y'all would like to roll perception checks while you're gone.
What hour is it roughly? Going, just counting from like hour 1 of waking up kind of thing. We were at
Outside of the train.
15.
okay.
10.
12.
21.
Good.
You are perceptive, yeah? Or did you just roll really well?
I'm not proficient in it. But I'm wise.
He's the only one rolling worth a crap right now.
I rolled a 17 on the one roll that I feel really counted.
I have not rolled a single thing over a 10.
Outside the box, it was an 18. Inside it was a 7.
You gotta get rid
Y'all
of that
don't hear
box.
crap.
I just bought it though.
You again, just slight
You again.
rumbles.
Guys, we should totally just go become wizards.
Yeah. Other than that,
I have used
nothing.
Okay, so you guys are back up.
Yep.
And you relayed the plan to them.
Yep. So we can either all just leave the dragon pieces here and forage out and hope that we find Horag and just fight him on his terms or our terms or whoever's your terms, I guess is how this is going. Or I could stay here, cast the dome, give us a fallback place if things go sideways.
I feel like with those creatures of his, they're probably faster than we are. So if we're in the spot where we have to be running for our lives, the beasts are probably going to be able to pick us off.
I'll be honest, I don't really know anything at all about them.
What I like about fighting
know.
in here is we know the cave and we can have defensible position.
Yes.
I don't know much about those
Fighting
beasts.
him here is not really an option now. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
Well, no. It kind of seemed like he left. He might be around the I could go check again, get caught in another net.
Let's.
I can't do Misty Escape anymore, but I still have Thunder Step, so. still
Are
safe
you
for
all
me.
right with me? I'll try something.
I would like to know what it is before I sign off on it, but also I can't really stop you, so.
I'd like to attempt
Yeah.
to lure Horag back here.
Yeah.
We trust
Sure.
you. Or I trust you. Or whatever. How do you plan on luring him back?
Seems.
Roll for a set.
Are there? Oh, horror.
Guess what? I'm a female.
Hey, big boy.
I like it.
thought of Melissa saying that or Ashlon saying that?
Both.
Are we doing this before?
Sorry.
Question: when he ran back, could I thought
I actually, I'm curious.
If
You
you'd
said
like
that Ashland
to
doesn't
have
have
been resting during that time.
I don't
Sure.
know how the.
How it feels.
because it would have taken 2 hours, right?
Yes, Ashlock.
Because I know a lot of
Ashlock
races are based on
speaking
Lord of the Rings
dusky-
stuff.
the dusky voice.
Well, that's a question. So I just sat there for 2 hours.
That's yep.
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
If you'd like to.
Cool. I'd also like to sharpen my blade.
Fair enough.
That is such a neat toy.
Can I borrow a tea?
I want to steal it for a brick.
Here's a 10. It's actually a whatever it's called, but it works.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
I think it's
Also, I would make sure you note that for next time. That way you
Hey, you
remember
get to
that it is
rest
in
well.
fact sharpened.
While
Yeah.
we're doing
Does that mean
stuff.
I get to take a short rest down below?
If you'd like one.
Don't be low.
You're just sitting there talking with Docs.
Docs?
Stocks and fire.
He just got through saying Dosk.
Okay.
It's not my fault.
So I don't know.
It's because I keep forgetting that that isn't
Yeah.
Josh's character anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys want to. Some of you leave the tunnel, or I'll stay in the tunnel, or what.
If you're going to try and lure him here, would you like the dome set up? Would you not think that's necessary? If we have it, I'm not going to be useful. Unfortunately, I'm not really going to be super useful anyway, because I'm not really combat oriented. Realistically speaking, I could.
What do you guys think?
Ooh,
I'm
that
not
would
there.
have been fun.
You're not there yet? I thought we're all there now.
Are we there yet?
At this point,
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah,
everybody's here.
we've all grouped up.
Do you guys think it would be better to have Missouri if we need him, or to have the dome? if we
So
need him?
in particular, I have
I mean,
probably.
I'm speaking as someone who can't make it very far very fast. If I'm weak enough that I'm feeling like I need to run, I'm probably not going to be able to make it to the dome. With
Right.
assuming that the displaced
But-
lights are running in
But
and
if
out.
we set up some sort of light source for you near the entrance, you could stay in the dome, step out, shoot. What distance do you have for you? for your
Three
spell?
Pretty
20,
dang far.
Yeah.
320.
This dome is only 100 feet long. You could step out of the dome, fire, and step back, and you might never take a single hit the entire
Wow.
battle.
As far as being hit, I'm at full health as well now.
Okay.
So
So that's an option.
oh, I get my
but-
second one back too.
But specifically, I have a spell that can incapacitate a person for a short amount of time, which would be particularly useful, provided it actually works. It would actually be extremely beneficial for you, Ashlog,
What?
because
Sorry.
I have a spell that can restrain him magically.
That would be nice.
make it very easy for you to land criticals on him.
That sounds very nice.
That would be.
But that would
I say
rely on him
having
not
that
being.
small opening is a defensible enough position. We need
Thank you,
it.
Stephen. You're welcome.
That we don't need to do.
We don't need that.
Okay.
Those are my immediate thoughts.
Are there any? I know that there's the broken. The ceiling is broken, right? It wasn't crafted open. Is that correct?
Part of it was crafted.
And it's since
it's-
been broken
yeah,
away.
broken away. You can see parts of it that look like a finished edge, and then you see other parts where it looks like.
Are there any
carving.
other ground level openings?
Not that you see.
Okay. So then, yes, I think I agree. I think that we can defend this notch in the
Okay.
doorway.
Yeah, I feel like
I can't say with confidence that this plan will work.
Oh, I'm not confident at all.
If this is what you want to attempt, then
I want
so
to
shall be.
walk out to the camp where the campfire was. And take out. Yeah.
Before you do that,
Yeah.
Ashlock, if I
Yep,
may,
uh-huh.
I'm going to stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll. Go ahead and roll.
Neat. 16.
Okay.
And I'm going to work my way all around to the edge, back to the doorway,
Oh.
and I'm going to cast Alarm across the doorway.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
I'm
that stretch.
would like to attempt to relight
I'm going
the
to
campfire.
sneak my way back around.
Okay.
Or light a fire
Oh,
in
hide.
general.
Okay.
Can I try and
I'm guessing you have the appropriate stuff to
Yeah,
light.
it's all in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I have magic too, if you'd like.
So
Also,
you managed
fire is
to
particularly affluent.
you managed to get a fire going. You see that inside of one of the or next to one of the tents there's enough wood to kind of get a decent campfire going.
Okay.
I'd like to cast Mage Hand and stick it out in the front of the tent. Just a little thumbs up. Just draw it back.
Okay. I will stand there and I will
Evil campaign. We are going to
Scream.
overthrow the dragons.
Horag's name.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh
will-
boy, I know what you're gonna
And I
do.
will smack my hammer across the stone to get a nice twang. And I will scream in Dwarvish.
Yes.
Horag, you oak axe kiss ass. Get your cowardly butt back here.
Love and tongue twister.
I hope I have a dwarven lighting ritual for perplexing.
How many of y'all speak Dwarven? So wrong. Go ahead and
Language.
Language.
Dwarvish.
persuasion.
How about seduction?
That's the closest thing I got for it.
Roll for seduction.
13. I was almost a 20.
I am just hunkered down behind that little pew.
Ashlog, if you want to try it again, I can make your voice.
I'm debating on ending it here versus
He shows up in the cave, and then we cut to black.
you hear a response from above.
Above.
As you look up, you hear
He climbed the outside.
This is amazing!
as you look up,
He probably knows them hiding in his tent.
He's up there and you just see this little like Mr.
now what did you call me? And we will leave it there.
Yes! I swear being
Oh,
Cool.
man.
Guys, my notes for this session slightly less impressive.
Hey, at least I successfully got you back here for the battle.
True. Thank you for that.
After, leaving you behind.
Oh, guys.
Man, what a ride.
The only thing when you were trapped in the net and you were asking him questions, and you're going back and forth and conversation was flowing, I wanted you to ask him, how does he plan on getting the dragon back
Yeah.
without us?
Yeah, you're not gonna give us
I
some
think
great
he's got
insight.
something, but
Yes,
whatever it is,
and we could use that something.
we'll just take it off his corpse.
Hey, don't most people who'd be going after the dragon have a way to get it back? Aren't y'all the only dumb ones that didn't think this through before you went and got it?
I had a plan. It
I
was
feel
a
like those
stupid plan, and we
five
elected to
people-
go with it.
5 people that camped here didn't have a good plan either.
Hey, we had a better plan than them.
It's true.
We did.
I don't
We'll see.
survived. We survived, but we're dead.
I don't think we all would have survived if we fought him when he captured.
Really?
It's
I mean, he would have led with a breath weapon, so.
Yeah.